Don't expect any these and thous. I'll fight if it's for a good reason. I need a little downtime.
Another day, another dire threat to Earth. I don't need armor, but this is good armor. Here she are! They aren't ready for the smash! Going back to base. They aren't ready for the smash! They aren't ready for the smash!
How may I bring glory to Amora? The Blood Axe thirsts for battle. I need Blood Axe! And take another soul! And blood my blade once more! We have nothing more to do here. I've blood my blade once more! I need Blood Axe! I've blood my blade once more! I need Blood Axe!
Hey there! Hope you need me to fight some bad guys! Have you met my girl squirrel Tippy Toe? She's the best! Yeah! 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 Nobody takes squirrels serious until they meet me!
Hello, comrade. Organic steel remains strong in all situations.
HR need to learn some manners. How about we teach them? This suit was made with an alien invasion in mind. If you're looking for the best in space combat armor, you came to the right place. Let me show you my favorite new toy. Let me show you my favorite new toy. Well, time for a little R&R at base. Let me show you my favorite new toy. Let me show you my favorite new toy. Let me show you my favorite new toy.
Speak carefully to the ruler of hell.
This is hell on earth!
Don't expect any these and thous. I'll need a charge.
Ace!
I'll need a charge. I'll need a charge.
I am pleased to see you. Do you need help? I expect this action will be decisive.
Got a CR problem? I can handle it. Heard about Troll's Hammer? Heard about Troll's Hammer? Heard about Troll's Hammer? Watch this!
What? How may I bring glory to Amora?
Hey true believers, welcome to the Marvel LA office. This is where the Marvel Games team is hard at work collaborating with NetEase Games to create a brand new, free-to-play, MOBA for mobile Marvel Super War. Now Marvel Super War gathers superheroes and supervillains from across the Marvel Universe into one colossal clash. From the Avengers and the X-Men to the Guardians of the Galaxy and Spider-Man, players can take their favorite characters straight into combat, using their awesome abilities to create epic moments on the battlefield. Speaking of the battlefield, Marvel Super War will take you to Wakanda, the Black Panther's kingdom, one of the Marvel Universe's most exciting, iconic, and technologically advanced locations. And we've drawn inspiration from decades of Marvel comics to create an authentic and immersive experience for players. Now, unlike traditional MOBAs on mobile, Marvel Super War is focused on fair combat and balanced gameplay. Marvel Super War offers a completely open and free buff system, meaning that reputation and achievements can only be earned through skill and perseverance. Another one of the game's key pillars is its unique utilization of the Marvel characters' wide variety of powers. Every hero and villain in Marvel Super War has a series of abilities that can be smoothly turned into devastating combos, adding depth and excitement to the gameplay. Players can play as Deadpool and switch between melee and range states in order to deliver perfectly timed attacks, or dash and slash as Black Panther to deliver the finishing blow. Teamwork is always the most important factor for victory. In Marvel Super War, players can conquer the battle anytime, anywhere, by choosing their favorite superhero and assembling others to create unique team-ups. Whether it be partners like Vision and Scarlet Witch, the rich and powerful like Iron Man and Black Panther, or rivals like Cyclops and Magneto, they can all be teammates on the diverse battlefield of Marvel Super War. Ready to conquer your foes? Team up with your friends and let the battles begin in Marvel Super War.
Bonjour, mon ami. Ça va?
You're out of senses! You're out of senses!
Ami, I think we're in good shape.
Take that, mon ami!
Who has need of Sif's sword? The enemies of Asgard must fall. This blow will tell the tale! This blow will tell the tale! Folklore for Asgard! Folklore for Asgard!
The accuser has no time for pleasantries. I pronounce justice! Here is your sentence! I pronounce justice!
Don't expect any these and thous. I'll fight if it's for a good reason. I need a little downtime.
Another day, another dire threat to Earth. I don't need armor, but this is good armor.
Here she are! They are ready for the smash!
Going back to base.
They are ready for the smash! They are ready for the smash! How may I bring glory to Amora? The Blood Axe thirsts for battle. I need Blood Axe and take another soul! And blood my blade once more! We have nothing more to do here. And blood my blade once more! I need Blood Axe! And blood my blade once more! I need Blood Axe!
Hey there! Hope you need me to fight some bad guys. Have you met my girl squirrel Tippy Toe? She's the best. Nobody takes squirrels serious until they meet me. Ooh, you made Tippy Toe mad! Do you think Tony Stark is watching? Gonna hop back to base. Ah! You made Tippy Toe mad! Ooh, you made Tippy Toe mad!
Hello, comrade. Organic steel remains strong in all situations.
No one else I know can do this!
Turn to base.
No one else I know can do this!
The Shi'ar need to learn some manners. How about we teach them? This suit was made with an alien invasion in mind. If you're looking for the best in space combat armor, you came to the right place. Let me show you my favorite new toy. Let me show you my favorite new toy. Well, time for a little R&R case. Let me show you my favorite new toy. Woohoo! Let me show you my favorite new toy. Woohoo! Let me show you my favorite new toy.
Speak carefully to the ruler of hell.
This is hell on earth!
Don't expect any these and thous. I'll lead a charge.
Ace!
I'll lead a charge. I'll lead a charge.
I am pleased to see you. Do you need help? I expect this action will be decisive.
Got a CR problem? I can handle it. Heard about Troll Hammer? Heard about Troll Hammer? Heard about Troll Hammer? Watch this!
What? How may I bring glory to Amora?
Hey true believers, welcome to the Marvel LA office. This is where the Marvel Games team is hard at work collaborating with NetEase Games to create a brand new free-to-play MOBA for mobile Marvel Super War. Now Marvel Super War gathers superheroes and supervillains from across the Marvel Universe into one colossal clash. From the Avengers and the X-Men to the Guardians of the Galaxy and Spider-Man, players can take their favorite characters straight into combat, using their awesome abilities to create epic moments on the battlefield. Speaking of the battlefield, Marvel Super War will take you to Wakanda, the Black Panther's kingdom, one of the Marvel Universe's most exciting, iconic, and technologically advanced locations. And we've drawn inspiration from decades of Marvel comics to create an authentic and immersive experience for players. Now, unlike traditional MOBAs on mobile, Marvel Super War is focused on fair combat and balanced gameplay. Marvel Super War offers a completely open and free buff system, meaning that reputation and achievements can only be earned through skill and perseverance. Another one of the game's key pillars is its unique utilization of the Marvel characters' wide variety of powers. Every hero and villain in Marvel Super War has a series of abilities that can be smoothly turned into devastating combos, adding depth and excitement to the gameplay. Players can play as Deadpool and switch between melee and ranged states in order to deliver perfectly timed attacks, or dash and slash as Black Panther to deliver the finishing blow. Teamwork is always the most important factor for victory. In Marvel Super War, players can conquer the battle anytime, anywhere, by choosing their favorite superhero and assembling others to create unique team-ups. Whether it be partners like Vision and Scarlet Witch, the rich and powerful like Iron Man and Black Panther, or rivals like Cyclops and Magneto, they can all be teammates on the diverse battlefield of Marvel Super War. Ready to conquer your foes? Team up with your friends and let the battles begin in Marvel Super War.
Bonjour, mon ami. Ça va?
You're out of senses! You're out of senses!
Ami, I think we're in good shape.
Snake eyes, mon ami!
Who has need of Sif's sword? The enemies of Asgard must fall. This blow will tell the tale! This blow will tell the tale! Folklore for Asgard! Folklore for Asgard!
The accuser has no time for pleasantries. I pronounce justice! Here is your vision! I pronounce justice!
Don't expect any these and thous. I'll fight if it's for a good reason. I need a little downtime.
Another day, another dire threat to Earth. I don't need armor, but this is good armor. Fury Shi'ar! They aren't ready for the smash! Going back to base. They aren't ready for the smash! They aren't ready for the smash!
Hello everyone, welcome to Top Clans 2020. As the biggest multi-game tournaments in the SEA region, we aim to become the best digital esports platform for all the players, brands, and game developers. We want everyone to come together to embrace the love for esports and games. This year, totally 5 games will join Top Clans 2020, and also we will have 28 days of tournaments will be live streamed in English, Thai, and Malay, hoping to bring you the best experience. And today we're gonna present you with the Marvel Super World Group Stage competition. Are you excited? Before we start it, please don't forget to follow our official Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV channels for the latest updates and surprises. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our game will start very soon. Our wonderful casters will take it from here.
Thank you, Vicky. Ladies and gentlemen, once more, welcome to Top Clans 2020. This is the debut year for Marvel Super War. At your service, my name is Leo, joined here by Kaisaya, and what an honor it is to be bringing you guys the action. It's the first day for Marvel Super War here at Top Clans, and we're in for quite the ride. Kaisaya, how are you doing?
I am so stoked. I am so excited. I've been waiting for this. I'm pretty sure all of the teams who grinded for this opportunity is waiting for the very first evening of the Marvel Super War Top Clans 2020. And I can't say anything else but just all about the excitement.
Well, I think the action is going to speak for itself. We're going to be together trying to crown the strongest team from the region, from about 5 countries. We're going to be together all throughout the better part of a month, give or take, maybe even more. We've been together since the qualifiers, since September. Today we start the group stages, knockout stage following through next week, double eliminations round on the 23rd of October, and the grand finals on the 6th of November. We're gonna be crowning the best team from Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines. And today we have 16 teams competing. 16 teams. How do we cut that down to just 1?
How do we cut that down to just 1? Basically, we have these group stages wherein 4 teams are in each of the groups, and we have 4 groups in total, and we just find out the top 2 from these teams will be moving forward to the knockout stage, and from there we will trim down the teams even further. But in here, you're taking a look at the prize pool right now, a total of $20,000 US. That is a lot, giving half of that to the first placer, the very first champion of the Marvel Super War Top Clans 2020 will definitely be having the best moment in life if they take this one out.
Yep, 10 G's to the champion, and then they'll be splitting up the rest between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Now on screen, you guys are seeing the groups. Group A, B, C, and D. Again, we are going to be taking the top 2 from each group, moving on to the knockout stage, giving us a top 8. But for now, these are the 16 teams that made it through the qualifiers, and they are split into these said groups. Today, we're going to be going through Group A, and we're going to be seeing MS Chonburi, Supreme versus SES Debut, VGNC, and Nomad Outlast. They're going to be battling it out, and these are the matches you're going to be seeing tonight. All right, it's 6 bouts of a best of 1, and Kaisai, I gotta ask you, how does that feel? The best of 1. It's so, but just not the same, It's so,
you mentioned it already.
High octane.
It's hard, it's challenging, you can't go wrong. This is the best of 1, and every point will definitely matter. But yeah, we'll talk more about that later, as we will show you something on your screens right now. We have this ongoing live stream event for you, dear viewers, as well. So it is not just the teams having a good time for this event, but we also have something for you. Basically, you just find a code on the live stream that we will be flashing on the screen, and basically you just have to type it out on the live chat, and we will be announcing the lucky winners before the end of the match. So yeah, that's going to be so exciting, and I think it's very interactive, Leo.
Simple rules. You just find the code, comment it in chat, and they'll announce it and they will be contacted by top clans. All right, so that's one way to win prizes. Again, just look for that code, comment below, and I do believe there's one more way they can win. Kay Saya, it's on the screen right now.
Yes. Basically, it's a sharing stream event. So it's pretty simple. All you have to do is to share the live stream. And we know that sharing is caring. So if you have some friends who loves Marvel Super War as well, or is a fan of Marvel, so yeah, share them the live stream. And once our milestone is reached, basically reaching out 2,000 shares from the stream, we will be sending off additional prizes for lucky viewers that we have. Pretty simple.
You know what, 2,000 seems easy. Knowing the local Marvel Super War groups, that should definitely be an easy win every day. All right, so again, share it for more chances of winning. But ladies and gentlemen, here's your first matchup for the day. Supreme verse, representing their country, the region, Singapore and Malaysia, going up against Nomad Outlast from the Philippines. Ooh, this right here, again, here's a pro, Kaysai. Here's a pro for this best of one format. It's an introduction to these teams, all right? For people who don't know much about Supremeverse or Outlast, here's your introduction, nice and quick, under 20 minutes, hopefully we get a winner. But again, knowing these teams, they're gonna go all the way. So let's get into it. The draft has begun. Ancient One taken out here by Supremeverse. Still, since release, she has been so dominating.
Yes, you know, this Ancient One being able to pick of anyone from afar because of the skill kit that she has is definitely something. It can turn around situations in a match. But then again, it is quite a surprise to me, though, that there is an Ant-Man ban coming from the side of Nomad Outlast. What can you say about that, Leo?
To be honest, based on the tournaments, esports events, and competitions I have been watching, Ant-Man has been on the decline, right? Like, he's been so easy to answer, especially with the Hulk out there. The automatic -1, which, speak of the devil, has been banned now. I think Supremeverse knows what's up, but just the same, I'm guessing Nomad Outlast here, they have a strategy that is easily countered by the Ant-Man. So they're just taking out all the outs, and right here, they ban out another strong mid. It's the current Sorcerer Supreme. It's Doctor Strange. Now, Supremeverse locking in the Thanos. They're already showing their cards. Oh, both teams actually. The Deadpool, Moonstar. Undoubtedly two of the strongest damage dealers in the game. Moonstar, more so.
Dude, you were mentioning a while ago that Nomad Outlast is up to something in here, and they baited out Team Supremeverse for opening up 2 power pick heroes, the Deadpool as well as the Moonstar. So even though we got this late game hero Thanos on the side of Team Supremeverse, they really will have to wait for that late game. And we're not too sure if it's something that Nomad Outlast will allow. Because at the same time, early to mid, they got the capability to, you know, go for pokes, go for ganks, because
hope you weren't expecting a halo.
This is a jungler, Moonstar, as I'm seeing it right now, having this. But yeah, what can you say about that?
I think it's the right thing to do. Usually you see the Moonstar in mid, and then sometimes, jungle. But either way, you can't go wrong. Moonstar is Moonstar. We haven't really changed much of her. In any patch, she's actually pretty new. Like, just second to the Squirrel Girl, who I'm also excited to see. But as we go into this matchup, it's going to be an all-out war, no pun intended. They aren't putting any stops, ladies and gentlemen. NMD Outlast not rocking many frontliners or defensive heroes. They're all just about the damage.
I'm pretty sure they're for ganks in here, because look at that, they got an invisible woman for them, for their side, and I'm pretty sure they want to set up surprise attacks onto the side of against the side of Supremeverse. But pretty sure this is going to be an exciting match for both of the teams. Let's see how they will work on this one.
Yeah. On the other hand, you have Supremeverse, who is more fundamental. They're covering their bases here. They have the Iceman, which can transition here and there. They got this double energy hero lineup, which is good for stopping early game stomps. But I'm not just so sure because Moonstar really changes the game. And they're waiting on these two late game heroes. Because you have Angel and Thanos in the same lineup. You're investing so much onto, two heroes for the late game.
But you know what?
It's too risky.
Here, though, to be fair, Nomad Outlast in here. Yes, we got a Moonstar in here that can dish out a lot of damage. She can be OPS, but we have to make sure that she got the protection that she needs. Because looking at the composition of Team Nomad Outlast, they will definitely depend on the protection coming from maybe the Black Knight or the Corvus Glaive. But let's see how it is going to happen. We're heading on to the battlefield. This is the very first series for the very first day of the Top Clans 2020 Marvel Super War Supremeverse versus Nomad Outlast.
Here we go. They're carrying their banners. Singapore and Malaysia relying on you, Supremeverse. Don't fail them. And Enemy Outlast for the Philippines. Here we go. It's going to be Charles Z on that Deadpool in mid, facing off against Aura's Ebony Maw. And so far, no invades. They put the Thanos on top, and then apparently it is going to be a Jungle Angel. I think that's safer. Keeping your jungler that is relatively fragile, like an angel, out of harm's way. I think that's fine. But this leaves our Iceman in a perilous position because, it's going to be the Corvus Glaive side lane, which has been treated almost as lethal as a marksman, but it can go in your face because he's got the abyss.
The Iceman in the bottom lane part of the map, knowing that he is all alone there, definitely he needs to make sure that he is not gonna go aggressive. He must play defensively, tower hugging, avoid ganks, but I think a Nomad Outlast know that information already, so definitely he cannot overextend. So what are the teams going for the same route in here, having a marksman as the jungler? One of the things that we will notice is no one intended to go for, an invade. But for the meantime, Nomad Outlast seems like they want to plan out something in the bottom lane part of the map. We can see in the minimap, diving in there is the Deadpool, but I think they just went back away. Unfortunately, we did not see that on camera, but that was quite an attempt.
With this lineup on Nomad Outlast, I understand that they, as strong as their engage is, they also have a pretty good disengage, right? Aaron's ult on the Invisible Woman, it can also be for retreating. It doesn't always have to be for the attack. She also has a good amount of CC, crowd control, to help out, but I think they're gonna go for a second go here, Kaysaya. How about round 2? This is a big 5-man rotation waiting to happen.
Yeah, but do take note, there is the thing as well, but they are overextended right now. Looks like they're going to be locking in here. 3v2 situation onto the bottom left part of the map. Zane, the first KO going to the Corvus Glaive. That is a good start for Nomad Outlast. And definitely two species heroes onto the jungle comp, the Angel as well as the Iceman here. Definitely in a difficult situation as well. Gonna get another KO in here coming from the Corvus Glaive. Ooh, what a bad spot for Team Supremeverse.
I was about to say they made a mistake by targeting the thing, but apparently with a lineup like this, it doesn't matter. You can be attacked and we'll still get what we want. Now they're trying to convert into this mid lane turret. Not enough minions for them to work with here. So now they are in the threat of a counter blast, and there we go. There's the boulder crash. Knockout onto the Invisible Woman. Ebony Maw gets it. Aura is rocking that mid energy hero like a boss. That's a 2 for 2. Down goes the Black Knight. And just like that, I'm liking how Supremeverse goes for the recovery.
I did not expect Supremeverse will be making an early revenge from the early 2 kills that Team Nomad was getting to 3, killing off the Moonstar on to come, and it seems like Loken in a dangerous spot right now. Fortunately enough, having the dash for him available, making up to save himself up.
Ooh. All right, so I'm wondering, Supremeverse knows what Enemy Outlast is up to. So now Actually, they're up now. They're up by they're up by 1, and they're even up by farm about 300 gold. So you gotta note that as Bast comes up, the Black Panther spirit is ready to be taken. I do believe that in a team fight, Supremeverse has the advantage. And now it looks like Outlast are going to start this. Here we go. All members are here, Desire. This is about to be a big fight. Oh!
Everyone's going all in now right after Nomad Outlast secures the bats right now, but the Angel will get a kill. Aeon Guard will get another kill, killing the Invisible Woman. The rest of the members of Team Nomad Outlast retreating towards the backside. But then again, was that okay? I mean, Team Nomad Outlast securing the bast for themselves, but I think they suffered 2 casualties.
Yeah, no, they got the Bast. But again, as I was saying, as we led up into that fight, Supremeverse is superior when it comes to team fights because they have the AoE advantage. So I think what Nomad Outlast has to do here, to again, clutch the early game, is to choose their fight. Again, Bast is such a magnet. Bast is obviously a beacon for big team fights. It's an objective on the map. It's universal. Whoever takes it gets obviously a huge advantage. But they can't convert. They're finding it hard to convert at this point because they're losing out on kills because they have this disadvantage that they can only really hit 1 or 2 people at a time. And look at this, that they're getting owned in pin. So the big gank lineup, earlier on it was working. Now they find it as a challenge because Supremeverse, they're on them. They know exactly what to do.
Well, for me, even though we're seeing these numbers currently in favor on the side of Supremeverse, we cannot say yet that they got the lead right now, but Apex dying onto the top side. Maybe that could give them further snowballing here for the side of Supremeverse, even taking down the turret pretty much easily. The Angel, we know that this hero got a shorter range compared to that of Moonstar, killing another member from the side of Nomad Outlast. This is definitely something like Team Singapore Malaysia Supremeverse saying us that, okay, we got a difference in terms of meta, but we will show you what an Angel can do.
Yeah, no, to be honest, it's not that different. Yes, it is different from what we're used to locally. But hold up, it's so fast, Isaiah, check it out. Surtur already claimed. Give him another kill. Down goes the Moonstar. Ladies and gentlemen, Nomad Outlast is outmatched. 8-3, 5 kills ahead. Supremeverse is owning this universe. We just live in it. I thought that the mirror down bottom push by Nomad Outlast was going to be enough, but apparently that was just some silver lining to this tragedy. I can't sugarcoat this, Desaya. Supremeverse is going
for the Angel onto the top side. We can see it right now, but Ryu is able to back away anyway. But yeah, I think this is the question that we had in mind a while ago during the drafting phase. That okay, this is a Moonstar, very good. This is also a Deadpool, very good. But who's gonna protect this Moonstar? All right, we were mentioning a while ago, if, you know, with their lineup, get frozen! So able to make it out, unfortunately. A very good zone coming from the members of Team Supremeverse as well, allowing the rest of their members to take down the tier 1 turret down bottom part of the map. And now, this is where we can say that Team Supremeverse got the lead right now.
For sure, no doubt. And again, we've got several questions, right? We've got several questions earlier on, and they're also really getting answered. One, is the 2 energy hero lineup enough to cover for the Thanos and Angel build-up? The answer is yes, apparently, especially if you're able to rotate and answer back at the right time. 2, is this too greedy on the side of Nomad Outlast? I'm guessing yes, because now they're grasping at straws. They can't even fight 5v5. How else can you find moments to go for the attack? So right now, 9-3, they're ahead. 6, Supremeverse here. They're definitely in control. This is their game to lose. And usually, when an Angel starts off very strong like this, there's very little y'all can do. Especially with CC coming in just like that, with the Ting and the Iceman. Like, those are usually a wombo combo that you just don't want to face. So, as we go for this pause, This gives both of our teams time to think, and us, the viewers and the broadcasters, to try and dissect how else this could go. What else could happen for Nomad Outlast to get back in this? Because this is already a point, obviously a point that they're losing. Because again, we are playing best of ones.
Yeah, for sure. The question we should have in mind is how can Nomad Outlast possibly could come back from this pressure that is being given by Supreme Verse. Obviously, they took down a lot of turrets already. They got the lead in terms of gold. The Angel is going wild already. How else can they make a comeback? Mostly, we'll be seeing Nomad Outlast overextending. You know, the Black Knight getting caught out down bottom part of the map without not being very attentive as to where the rest of the members of Supreme Verse are. They have to definitely limit those kind of situations, those kind of plays. Overextension definitely is something that they cannot have in position because they lack the turrets that they need to get the position that they need in the map. So basically, prolong the team fights or prolong this match and wait for that Corvus Glaive to get tankered, so as is the Black Knight, and then maybe that's the time where the Moonstar can free hit from the back end. But for the meantime, we're returning onto the game right now. You can see Supreme Verse already trying to go all in here. One kill going on to the Moonstar right now. Could this be a possible comeback? Because as you can see, they're still trying to fight 3v3 situation right now. No, make that 2. Make it 1v3. Angel, what a play! What a showing this hero is making it right now in our first series for tonight.
Yep, Ryu here showing us that, hey, there's no such thing as an early game disadvantage for a hero like this. As long as I got my early game ramp up. Again, this is a snowball, ladies and gentlemen. The definition, the dictionary textbook definition of a snowball. Look it up. You'll see the picture of Ryu on his Angel. And again, 13 and 5. There was a little bit of a silver lining. I just saw that, right? Underneath the turret, I think they overextended quite a bit, but they were really just buying time for Ryu. They were kiting, they were healing for Ryu, and it all paid off, and they went for the penetrating mid. I'm guessing they're waiting for this other Surtur to really just put the nail in the coffin, get this win. We're hitting about the 10-minute mark. Is there still enough in this Moonstar? I think there is, because if that team fight was of any indication, then I'm guessing yes. If you can just let her get those free hits, but who's gonna peel?
I would like to believe so, but by the way, we saw the mystery code popping out on your screen from a while ago. It says in there, if I can remember it correctly, superhero time. So make sure you don't miss that one out.
Superhero time.
We're helping you out in here as well. Make sure you're super attentive. But yeah, we're gonna be hoping on that part wherein, decide as to where the Moonstar is could possibly make a comeback. But do take note that there are stoppers. There are stoppers in here from the side of Supreme Verse, from trying to take that Angel, because they got the Iceman for the crowd control for the CC. So as there's a lot of sustain and tankiness for their front lines in here. Thanos as well as the thing. This is gonna be so tough in here. Charlesy, oh look at that! They're going all in again once more in the middling part of the map, getting that 1 kill. Unfortunately, there's no more frontliner, but the rest of the side of Nomad Outlast is getting obliterated by Team Supreme Verse. That is a wipe out. Wow, there's an ace.
Yeah, and they only had one casualty. It was the thing, and all they needed to do was go for the boulder crash, peel maybe for 2 seconds, and the rest was history. I think the key here was our Thanos, Aeon Guard, rocking the Time Stone. He went into the back line. I'm not sure if he went for a rewind, but it really helped. Congratulations to Supreme Verse off of the back of Ryu. And I think everyone was a role player here because their lineup was a very 5v5 centric lineup. Congratulations, very well deserved first win here. Singapore and Malaysia, proud of their representatives here. First match down. Tisaya, wow, was that 11 minutes given this 5v5 lineup?
I could not recall what the exact time is, but definitely it's super short. Usually we would expect,
very
you know, 20 minutes plus or maybe even around 30 minutes. But yeah, it was pretty dominating in terms of,
There you go.
how Team Supreme Verse executed. So yeah, 11 minutes, almost
11:37.
12.
11:37. There you go.
Yeah.
So our MVP for this match, here's the game by the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Ryu on that Angel. On the other end, again, as strong as individual heroes are, I'll admit I kind of got brought to my knees by the strong first two picks by NMD here. But sometimes it all comes down to the sum. It all comes down to how the lineup is assembled. You have to be more than the sum of your parts, and this right here was proven here by Supreme Verse. Congratulations. And in the Outlast, they are going to be playing the match next to this, so they have another chance. Some teams, they function that way, Kaisaya. Some teams, they're better coming in from a loss. They're better at recovering, but I don't know. These are teams coming in from different metas, so they're bringing different strategies to the table.
Different metas, different strategies, different, getting used to it. But yeah, one thing we noticed, by the way, from the stats a while ago is that Moonstar didn't even get a damage or didn't even deal any damage at all, and it's hurt. So that was quite, bad news, 0%. But yeah, for the meantime, moving on, we can see in here some of our highlights from the previous match a while ago. And mostly in here, I think we will be seeing it going in favor on the side of Supreme Verse because it was their game. It was their game.
Yep. This was that close fight wherein they almost went superhero time. Oh, y'all saw it. That was the replay of the code, and of course, a little bit of a comeback from NMD Outlast, but nonetheless, it was too much. Ryu went online way too fast on that Angel, supported by the rest of Supreme Verse. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Supreme Verse and to our winner for this matchup's the Code Mystery giveaway promo event. Y'all know what it is. Kaisaya, y'all check who this is. Congratulations to
Mark Anthony Narte. Congratulations, you are our lucky viewer from that previous match. So guys, to those who did not get this win from this first giveaway that we have, make sure you just tune in tonight for you to get more chances. We got 5 more matches, and that basically means 5 more winners. Wow.
From superhero time to clobbering time. I guess, you know what? What's interesting is we're looking at Marvel Super War in a vacuum. I did say that the Ant-Man was on the decline, so maybe that was a wasted ban from NMD Outlast. So maybe this game here, it redefined, it tweaks their outlook and saying, you know what, guys, we're in the leagues now, where we're facing off against teams from Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia. We need to step it up. So I'm guessing maybe here in the second matchup, coming up next, again, they are playing back-to-back. They might redefine the way that they draft and say, we can't be too greedy, guys. We can't put in too much damage. We need to invest a little bit on AoE, a little bit more on CC, and then go from there. What do you think, Isaiah?
I'm not too sure because we mentioned already from a while ago, each of these teams coming from different metas, different strategies. So everyone, even both of us, we're taking a look at this team as if it's just for the first time. Maybe except for the teams coming from the Philippines. And MS Chonburi going up against Nomad Outlast for the second series tonight. Coming up from Thailand, by the way. Will be showing us probably a different kind of meta too. So right now, it's like a study phase for all of us in here. So pretty much
I understand that, yes, there could have been some prior review, some scouting, if you will, but again, it's best of one, so you really have to put your best foot forward, and Nomad Outlast here may have learned the hard way. They lost out a single point, and this should be a lesson that they convert into practice, or that you practice what you preach immediately, because I don't know, they have to find out that, hey man, it's not always about the moon star. there are ways to counter that, and I'm not sure which specific part of the lineup of Supremeverse exactly that was, because it happened way too fast. 11 minutes 37 seconds. I can't dissect exactly where it went wrong.
Somehow this event feels like because you know we have different servers for different regions. This event feels like somehow a battle of who studied better, who studied best, right? Who did the best research in preparation for this event, and whoever that is probably have this upper advantage in getting themselves prepared for both the draft and how they will execute their plays on the actual match. So yeah, we'll be taking a look at that. But for the meantime, I just want to give huge shout outs to our viewers right now. Miko Kobayashi, Omi Potence, Eric Aranas, thank you guys for supporting this event. Make sure you don't forget to share the live stream, because again, we have the sharing event too, wherein you could possibly win as well.
Yep, we've got hundreds of viewers on our Facebook stream alone, so sharing would really help. Again, we're trying to reach 2,000. Get into it, all right? That's more ways for you to win prizes coming in from NetEase, Top Clans, and Marvel Super War. But with that being said, we are gonna go on to a quick break. Coming back, we have a match between MS Chonburi and NMD Outlast, so stay with us for that. My name is Leo, this here is Kaysaya, you're watching Top Clans 2020.
Don't expect any these and thous. I'll fight if it's for a good reason. I need a little downtime.
Another day, another dire threat to Earth. I don't need armor, but this is good armor. Kill these CR! They aren't ready for the smash! Going back to base. They aren't ready for the smash! They aren't ready for the smash!
How may I bring glory to Amora? The Blood Axe thirsts for battle. I need Blood Axe and take another soul! And blood my blade once more! We have nothing more to do here. And blood my blade once more! I need Blood Axe! And blood my blade once more! I need Blood Axe!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's time for another matchup coming at you. It's game number 2 in this best of 1 series. We've got 6 coming at you. Already one win for Supremeverse. But up next, it's gonna be our friends from Thailand going up against once more NMD Outlast from the Philippines. MS Chonburi gonna be making their debut here at Top Clans 2020 for Marvel Super War. Once again, my name is Leo, joined here by Kaisaya, and if there's anything that we can say about NMD Outlast coming from Game 1, Kaisaya, for you, what would that be?
What would that be? Definitely that protection for the Moonstar, if ever they will attempt to pick that one up again. So basically, it's something that they lacked in terms of, executing their lineup. But yeah, MS Chonburi coming from Thailand versus Nomad Outlast again coming from the Philippines. We're here on the drafting phase already. Leo, just to remind you as well as all of our viewers right now, Nomad Outlast needs to win this, as well as the third game that they will be having tonight. If they did not get this, sad to say, they will be out of the tournament.
Yes. I think that is how the math works out. If you lose your 2 games, you're more likely to get knocked out away from the knockout stage, ironically enough. But back to the game at hand, I think that's what NMD Outlast should do, I think. Focus right here, right now, in this very moment. We are now in the ban and pick phase. First taken out here by MS Chonburi, the Ancient One, and Thanos. I think they watched the previous game, so they don't want to deal with that. While NMD Outlast learned that CC wins games. The Thing taken out, as well as Deadpool, who has quite a lot of damage, and a knock-up himself. He's super versatile. Let's see what the picks are. Kaisaya, the Hulk. What's your take on the Hulk? He's been around. He's never fell off.
He never fell off, even from season 0, where this hero is getting spammed from the top, as a support, even as a jungler. Man, this is something worth it. So definitely, Nomad Outlast will have to avoid for that hook every time his luck becomes available. This is getting scary because look at that. They got a poke coming from the backside and a very mobile Gambit as well. But yeah, what's the answer on the side of Nomad Outlast? This is some tanky hero as well as a stopper. So as I call it, the Iceman as well as the Sandman.
I think this is quite the corrective measure coming in from NMD Outlast. From the previous game of having very little CC, going all in on the damage. If I remember correctly, they also only have 1 energy hero, the Invisible Woman. Now they're all like, we need to fix that problem, guys. Get the Sandman, get the Iceman, get the Ant-Man. The only hero that isn't a man so far is Star-Lord. So I'm guessing they're gonna go for a rat strat. Yeah, he's a lord. Galactic Outlaw, if you haven't heard. But yeah, they're gonna go for the rat strat here, I believe. But here's an interesting thought. It took a while for the Moonstar to come out. That's something that kind of escaped our main thought here, Kaisaya. It took up until slot number 4 for the Moonstar to come out.
I think Nomad Outlast thought that Moonstar will no longer be picked by Team MS Chonburi because they already have a Gambit as a marksman. But and it seems like Nomad Outlast doesn't want to take another risk in making use of that hero because probably it's coming from a potential disappointment from the previous game that they had. They want to change strategy. So instead of making use of that hero once more, they changed their strategy onto focusing on a Star-Lord.
So far, so good. I think NMD Outlast, they're showing us that they're capable of learning on the fly, switching it up, picking up the sustainable blade, and again, going for what I think is going to be a rat strat, a 4-1 or a split push strategy. On the other hand, you've got MS Chonburi, who is going all in on the damage. I think it's the Hulk who can only really peel here, and they're gonna go for a sustained fight. You have Doctor Strange, who arguably has been nerfed a couple months ago with the changes to his cloak. But that aside, you have the Cloak and Dagger. Wow, double cloak. You have the Cloak and Dagger, who can essentially heal up one hero who's on the verge of death and bring him back fresh for more fights.
Fresh.
Yeah,
I like that term, fresh for more fights.
I'm kind of liking the adjustment here by NMD Outlast. We'll see how they recover. But yeah, we're onto the battlefield of Wakanda. Kaisaya, let's bring him the action. Here we go. Still no invades.
No invades, just like the series one that we saw a while ago. I guess one of the teams, because this is just a best of one, they don't want to take that risk. Very risky play. But most likely, I would be expecting maybe in the knockout stage, we'll be able to see those invades coming in. But both of the teams just basically want to play safe. Let's see what will happen in here. But yeah, so far, it's looking like, you know, usual. Like, everyone's passive, let's just mind our own business, go to our own jungle and our own lane, clear them up, and let's just have a 1v1 for the meantime in the laning stage.
Yep, here we go. A little friendlier than earlier. That matchup between Supremeverse and NMD Outlast. So yeah, Supremeverse went out guns blazing. I think chonburi here, they know better because their lineup, as nice as it is, you know, as quick out of the gates it can go. I think they need to build up the Gambit first, and they put the Gambit in the duo lane down bottom, while it is still a jungling Moonstar threatening the Iceman in mid. Charles Z having a hard time. Again, I think Iceman is just that good these days. But hold up, there's a fight about to break out down bottom.
Oh yes, and it's happening right now. Super low right now. It's hopeful to be able to make it out. Unfortunately, no. That first KO. This is the passion coming up from the side of Nomad Outlast right now. Taking out 2. Double KO. Looking good as well because that is the jungler. Meanwhile, on the other end of that situation was another kill coming from the side of, I think, yeah, it was a Gambit who took another kill. So it is, I think, a 1. The 1 for 3 trade total for the team fight alone.
This is a good go for NMD Outlast. They are off to a good start. The Sandman able to keep the Hulk at bay. And again, I think the lesson here is CC wins. All right. Today, in the group stages, in Group A at least, we can say that if your team 2 games in so far, I can just say that much. If your team has has a superior CC, then you're more likely to perform. The Ant-Man here, the Iceman, they're able to really put a stop to the damage that MS chonburi is bringing out. Hence the early lead here, about 500 gold and 2 kills for NMD Outlast. This is gonna be good for their morale, I gotta say.
I gotta say so too, but meantime, while we don't see any huge gap in terms of the objectives and everything in here, we definitely can say that this is could be anybody's game. And probably though that this fast that is about to come up will be another contestation point wherein something else could happen. Like whoever takes this one, whoever takes this risky play on getting that one and winning the team fight probably could get a snowball in here. Kiss will go for another kill, going even more aggressive, almost to dive and undisturb, but he's not gonna do that because he want to play it safe. But at least poking the health of that cat is just way too much look, and though flickering it, but unfortunately not gonna be surviving that fight. Double KO going on to that Moonstar. Whoa, Katze. What? What a play! What an exchange of kills in here. Tell me, Leo, what actually happened in the
I love it. I love it. Kase, the Daywalker himself, played, able to survive even underneath the turret because of the mad sustain that is brought to the table by the lifesteal. Again, Blade is a vampire, Blood Hunter, able to up the lifesteal, and yeah, that was a quick best take. Great movements here by NMD Outlast. I think they're feeling it here, Kaisaya. They understand the significance, the weight of losing 2 games in a row, knocking them out of the group stage. So this is definitely a great performance. But I can't say for sure yet that they're gonna win because look at this. We've seen the Moonstar go ham in that team fight.
But they are mad right now. I mean, you know what? Personally, I feel like I know how Nomad Outlast badly wants this win right now, because not just them coming from a loss previously, but they grinded. They grinded to be on the top 3 in the server in the Philippines, to make it up on this event. So that's really something admirable that they worked hard, and coming from a previous loss, they're taking it up as a challenge to get this game.
That's the heart of a champion or a champion in progress at work. And I think key to their victory here, at least the road to the victory or to their comeback, is the fact that Apex is able to lock down Jammy J up top. And that sucks. That 1-1 you have, that one lockdown you have is getting bullied up top by a Sandman who can go on forever. All right, Sandman potentially can go on forever. As long as he has energy, then he can go on forever. Because he does pick up those sands. It's part of his passive. But yeah, look at this. Jammy needs to go. Jammy J needs to go back, and Sandman is free to roam down bottom.
Yeah, that's something. When you are in the top side, you're at the best position. Oh, but take a look! He's getting prepared by Team No. Two members on the side of Team MS Chonburi. They have a position even taking down the third down bottom part of the map. But look at that. Standing and poking out another member from the side of MS Chonburi. It's just really something to give more space for Nomad Outlast, but they cannot overextend way too much. They need to still calm down a little bit, even though they got that win down bottom side.
Yeah, this really is spelled out. The fact that their peeler here, check it out, another Super Soldier transformation, knock it out, that one chance at winning, that one chance at stopping and peeling for your team so that your Gambit, your Moonstar, and your Cloak and Dagger could, your Doctor Strange could get in those free hits. Just got knocked out in a second, in the blink of an eye. Hey, Saya, I was about to say, they really need the hug, they need Jammy to get back into this. But just like that, it was deleted underneath their own turret. And now converting into the Surtur. There's not much I could say here. And then the Outlast is feeling it. Off of the back of Kase, who is yet to fall. 802. 802. 5.5k on this blade.
I know, right? He was consistent pretty much from the early game. From the start, Iceman dove in. I'm not too sure what is going to happen in that one. I think he's going to end up dead. So was the Moonstar. But, no. Sorry. That was the Iceman protecting that, contestant for the Surtur. And them taking out the Moonstar instead. And there we go. We can see them getting that position on the top side, taking down the tier 1 turret on that area of the map.
Interestingly enough, already I can say this, 8 minutes in, I know that it's not over till it's over, but conclusively I can say they went for the reverse 4-1, they went for the reverse rat strat. Instead of leaving the Star-Lord to split push, what they did was they isolated the Hulk. I don't know how it happened, but I guess Jammy couldn't read the map as well. Yeah.
I just want to say, I believe it was the Sandman. It was the Sandman consistently bullying that Hope, making sure that he gets out Hope. But yeah, for the meantime, let's take a look at the fight happening on the bottom part of the map right now. Double KO. Well, this be triple KO. Like what we see right now, Kase, as well as the rest of the gang in here on the side of Nomad Outlast is just so mad in taking this potential win.
Oh wow, what a performance.
I'm pretty sure they would want him.
This is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Great things happen at top clans, y'all. This is passion. This is NMD Outlast getting the win, redeeming themselves from that first stumble against Supremeverse. Congratulations, NMD Outlast. You know what? Even before we see the post-game stats, I gotta say, Kase on that blade.
Yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness.
Just elevating the way a jungle should play. 12-0-3. Kudos still to MS Chonburi though. But yeah, Kaisaya, you were saying.
Man, this is way faster than the previous match. This is just 8 minutes game time. Almost 9 minutes so far. This is the fastest that we've seen so far for tonight.
Yep. That's the record. All right, so put that in. Let me type that down. 9 minutes. 8:56, is that right? 8:56?
Yes, 8:56.
All right. I'll cap it at 9. I'll cap it at 9 minutes just to keep it clean. 9 minutes. Wow, what a comeback by NMD Outlast. A lesser team
I wouldn't
would
say
have
it's a comeback. Well, from the previous match, yes.
Yeah, a comeback across the series, across the format. Yeah.
But yeah, as we've seen in here, I think the best thing that I like in here is what the Sandman is doing. We will not be seeing him that much in the team fights, but you mentioned it a while ago, Leo, that how come that the Hulk is not able to join the team fights, and that's something very big for them because he is the source of CC or crowd control for the side of Team Thailand, and him getting stopped by the Sandman is really something. Even would be sending that Hulk back to the base to recover some HP. So yeah, and at the same time, of course, that gank that they did down bottom part of the map is something. It's Team MS Chonburi, believe me, they did not expect that happening. That was a 4-man gank, almost to 5, because we saw that Sandman is already rotating towards bottom part of the map when we saw that happen.
Yep. And I think that is like a secondary MVP, we gotta say. Aaron, I believe Aaron on the Sandman. I believe there was only one real big ticket sandstorm, and that was towards that last team fight. But all the way, I think the key to this victory here was, yes, isolating the Hulk up top and just forcing weird fights. And they almost happened in bottom, right? And again, in such a short game, 9 minutes, you can only really have very few moments where you said, yep, they went wrong here, they went wrong there, and they just capitalized. So congratulations to NMD Outlast here. Definitely not the last we're seeing of MS Chonburi. They are coming back a little later because this next matchup is going to be between Singapore and Malaysia going up against Indonesia. So that's coming up next. But there is something else at hand here. We still need to award our winner for that mystery code, so y'all stay in tuned for that. We'll be rolling it in just a bit, but a little bit more of that matchup. Again, it went by like Quicksilver does. Hoping to see him come back, but maybe tonight. It went by so fast, 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Kesai, did you see anything in mid? I mean, a lot of the action went down bottom, up top, in mid. Try to remember as we go ahead and replay a key moment.
All right. Well, I would rather say the mid fight is something not too noticeable because most of the time the blade would rotate towards the bottom part of the map where the objective or the very first objective is very near. So that's something that I think Nobod Outlast executed so well. You know, taking down or taking advantage on what they got and taking advantage on the kind of lineup that Team MS Chonburi has in here, which is, you know, very squishy. They got 2 marksman, and it's something that they can abuse on.
Yeah, and that sucks because it means our teams have to learn on the fly. But nonetheless, congratulations to our lucky viewer here, Christian Bakani, and a friend of ours from Thailand. Congratulations to you as well. We've got 2 winners here for this mystery code giveaway for this matchup. Congratulations once more. Our friends from Top Clans will be contacting you guys individually. So once more, keep your eyes out. Keep them open for the mystery code flashing in between games. We've got 4 more coming your way, but we are going to be putting a lid on this one. It's MS Chonburi versus NMD Outlast. I did ask earlier, what can you say about NMD Outlast? They have 1 more matchup, and they're still in it. Because I think they can still have a chance to make it into the knockouts.
Yes.
So we can see that they learn
Just
on the
one more
fly.
win. One more win.
Possibly. We need to fix the math. We need to figure it out. But let's talk about MS Chonburi. What did you see in them?
In them, I think they're very passive, and I think they have to rethink their draft because obviously they really had to rely on just one CC or crowd control coming up from the Hulk, which is on the top side. And as to when the top side can just rotate in the other parts of the map, only when he has cleared his minion waves in his lane. But how fast can that happen, or how often can that happen when his opponent on the top side is, you know, consistently bullying him in here? There was no help in that one. And yeah, I think they have to rethink their drafting here. Maybe the execution was okay. They were playing safe early on, and fortunately enough, Team Nomad Outlast early on was playing safe as well. So lucky them, they did not even get an invade. That's gonna be scary if they did. But yeah, I think that was it for my personal insights from the match.
Yeah, but we're gonna be leaving that matchup for now because coming up next, it's Supreme versus coming up to a battle, making their debut here at the group stage of Top Clans 2020. SES debut VGNC representing Indonesia. Kasi it's another best of one matchup. So we've only seen one of these teams in today's group stage, and that's Supremeverse. Let's talk about some strengths here, and then we'll compare that to debut VGNC as we go along. Ban and pick draft coming in. Supremeverse, they drafted excellent in game number 1.
Sure, I do believe so as well. They appear to be strong in not only in the draft but in the execution, in the team fights as well. Maybe I cannot say yet for the rotations, but they are so well both in the draft as well as their positioning in the team fights. They know who to target, they know where to place themselves, and they know the timing as to when they can go all in or just back away. So I think it's something that we can take a look at Supremeverse, but we don't know yet if they go up against SES debut VGNC. But yeah, let's head on to the third game for tonight. Supremeverse coming from Singapore, Malaysia, and SES debut VGNC coming off from Indonesia. Expectations, we cannot say as of yet because we don't know. We have yet to see SES. But, consistently, this is a consistent Ancient One ban coming up from Supremeverse.
That is the Ancient One ban and a respect ban by debut VGNC from Aeon Guards Thanos. They saw game 1 and they said, we don't want no time stone shenanigans. Get out of here. We know you're inevitable. But now Supremeverse banning out the Ant-Man as well. So I think they now understand that, hey, CC wins games. All right, so we don't want the Ant-Man. While debut VGNC taking out the Ebony Maw. Kasi we have seen Ebony Maw do well, especially in lineups that are wherein he's complemented by an Emma Frost or by the Thing. You know, it's some level of reliable damage in CC that really makes an Ebony Maw pop. But right now, the Iceman comes in. Interestingly enough, I like it. This is automatically a stop to any frontline shenanigans that debut VGNC is going to be playing.
There is some trend already ongoing in here right now just for the first 3 ban and pick that we've been seeing tonight. So what I noticed are the following. Moonstar, so far, 0 wins. But whenever there's an Iceman in a team, they make it up to a win. So far, 100% win rate for our friend in here, the Iceman. I don't know if that will be still consistent for this third game because, of course, he's going up against a different kind of lineup too, wherein there's a Hulk as well as a very annoying Deadpool, which is getting banned pretty much a lot as well, except for this game.
Yeah, I think what we can say, at least for consistency's sake here, is that the Hulk still does great things unless he's shut down, right? You have to make sure that the Hulk's presence is felt. And Deadpool is all reliable, but just the same. If he can't do his job, which is isolate certain heroes and burst people down, then or bait out certain skills, then yeah, that's gonna be good for you. But on the other side, Ryu on his signature signature Angel, while they pick up a mid Jubilee, Black Knight coming in from top, while a support Thing once more. Desire, what caught your eye? What made you go, ooh, is it the Mysterio?
Mysterio! I'm gonna answer you right away. Mysterio,
here we go.
I've not seen this hero for a long time. Actually, so was this Angel from our previous game. That's why both of us got a little bit surprised. But Mysterio, gotta wait for the mid to late game time. But definitely, once he got the items that he needs, there's a lot of AoE damage coming in.
And I think, based on our first 2 games, the current trend is crowd control wins. All right, crowd control wins, and so far, there are 2 heroes on the side of Supremeverse that invests quite a bit in crowd control. That's the Iceman and the Thing. On the other hand, it's just the Hulk really that's able to appeal here. And if ever we're going to be counting the automatic -1s, you have 2. You have the Hulk with his kit, obviously, and then you have the Avenger Vanguard on Captain America, played here by Cloud. It's not going to be enough. Okay, so you have the knock-up too on I believe that's 666. So Is that enough? Is the individual knockups and minus ones enough?
I can't say. It's hard, but if they target the proper hero, like for example the Angel or maybe the Iceman,
Jubilee.
it could be just worth it already. Yeah, the Jubilee. Anyone that's squishy. A Jubilee I would not. I don't know. For me, I think the priority is in here is the Angel as well as the Iceman. But yeah, maybe it could be enough, even though these are just individual CC or knockups. But it's better than nothing. It's better than just having one to rely on, like what we saw from a while ago, which is just the Hulk, which is on the top side left alone, and not even getting a participation in the team fights.
Yeah, 2.5 is better than 1 to none. I'd like to say 1 to none, meaning you have a Hulk, but he's kind of indispensed, right? He's too busy dealing with a Sandman. So yeah, I think chances here for debut VGNC, our friends from Indonesia, they're a little higher than the losing teams already, because they kind of understand that we have to invest in some sort of way to crowd control our opponents. And yeah, Supremeverse, they understand this. And I'm excited to see how, obviously, I trust Ryu. We've seen him perform in the first game of tonight's competition, but I also want to see how that Jubilee in mid is going to go, because it's such a high skill cap hero. I mean, nothing compared to the likes of Thanos, where you have to juggle your kit and your Infinity Gauntlet decisions, or something to the likes of Squirrel Girl. Cross fingers, still want to see her in play here, wherein you have to, juggle your jumps. But yeah, Jubilee here, she weaves in and out with the skateboard, placing marks on people, with the luminescence. She's definitely got the burst, but up against Mysterio, she definitely has her hands full.
Yeah, we have yet to see that one, but definitely early game time, I would put my bet on the Jubilee for the early stages. Who gets to clear faster in here, then rotate towards the other part of the map to make an assist. So yeah, Jubilee, I would place my bet on her. But for the meantime, we can see in here a very lone Iceman down bottom part of the map. This is gonna be scary if the Hulk is able to hold him up. But yeah, we can see basically they have a difference in terms of the kind of play. You can see Team Supremeverse making sure that the support is roaming around together with the jungler, assisting him, leashing potentially, the jungle camps. While for the side of Team SES, we can see that most of the time and initially at the start, the Hulk or the support is just basically staying with the marksman. So there's already a difference in here in terms of initial play for both of the teams.
I totally agree. It's like they're playing on different wavelengths. So this first few minutes of the game, we'll be finding out where the weakness lies in their plans, right? Where they can find loopholes to exploit. And I think, look at this, the jungler from debut VGNC down bottom, calling for it. The Captain America wants it. Deadly Orbit here onto Aura and Ryu. Again, I'm such a big fan of putting a marksman in jungle, especially Ryu, who we know is now reliable. Ooh, Aura burst down.
Yeah, for sure. But I think there's a pressure coming in from the side of Team SES down bottom part of the map. They retreat, though. I think they found it a little bit hard to, poke down a thing, as well as an Iceman who just basically stops you from getting, from diving in. But meantime, on the top side, pretty much an equal fight. I would rather say in here, because so far no one is rotating. No. Black Knight so far, I would rather say, is actually winning that fight on the top side. But for the meantime, it seems like they're an attempt to set potentially coming from the Hulk, but that did not happen.
Yep, Shockwave missed its mark there. Could have definitely been lethal. And yeah, I agree with you. The Black Knight is at an advantage because he can rotate out much faster. So that means better answers to calls, especially in mid. And he does have a little bit of regeneration built into his kit. So yeah, 666 though, doing well to make up for the strength here placed in by our friend here, from Supremeverse, Aeon Guard, but just like that, he's back again. Especially picking up that teleport tactic. So I'm a big fan of the way he's answering that.
Yeah, for sure. Meantime, it's already almost 4-minute game time. It's still kind of passive. Usually we would see, you know, ganks and attempts to take down a member from another team before the Bass comes up. But this time, the Bass is already up and nothing has happened. This is just the first time that something is gonna happen in this match right now. Team Supremeverse will be taking out that one! And the first KO is gonna go to that Jubilee. What a strong start for Team Supremeverse, but instead, SES said in here, okay, you're gonna go for kills, you're gonna go for a Bass, but we were gonna take down a turret of yours.
You know what? I think they're doing well here. Nice set in by the Hulk, but he misses out. That's gonna be Supremeverse with a knockout. They avenged their turret, but at what cost? I do believe debut PGNC still won that somehow, able to push, but just that same sentence. Supremeverse here saying, you know, we'll just clear the wave, take down your Star-Lord, and wait for another. They're yet to mirror somewhere. They haven't taken back anything. Maybe save for this invade here, going for the red buff and the Bast. So yeah, I think the numbers still add up. I'd say break even at best.
Break even at best. And again, this is, you know, another on-cam situation we're seeing right now on the top side, wherein the Black Knight is winning the, you know, the top side. But yeah, for the meantime, regardless of what we've seen so far from the clashes a while ago in this match, I still believe that, you know, both of the teams would want to play it safe. Well, except for maybe Supremeverse getting a little, you know, confidence in overextending a little bit to position themselves in the objectives, right?
Yeah, it's Supremeverse here who obviously is more confident because they're able to go for the dives despite losing down on bottom lane turret. They still went in, taking down the Star-Lord, which is, every time you can kill the Star-Lord, you definitely should kill the Star-Lord. You know, basically neutralize him for the late game. But now, hold up top, Ryu gets caught! That's gonna be 666 with a sneaky knockout, saying, caught you, man, caught you. And that's one of the times that a single knockup could punish you. Alright, usually you have a dash out as the angels come in on your way out, or just to get the shield and run away. But there you go. Almost immediately, vengeance comes swift. But for every couple of kills that Supremeverse gets, it seems like debut VGNC goes for a turret, and here's the first take, the first objective for Supremeverse. They're coming slow, but at least they're coming their way.
Yes, for sure. And okay, that was nice protection coming from Zane to protect his teammate. But yeah, I did not expect this one out. Although it was Supremeverse that actually won the very first team fight, but it was actually SES looking forward to focusing on the turret objectives rather than those that will still come back after a take, like, you know, Surtur, maybe Bass as well. You know, they'll come back later again, but the turrets, they will not respond. They will not respond, and that is actually allowing SES to get themselves a good position in terms of winning the positioning in the map.
Yep, winning the map. You're right. Exactly the term that I would use. And again, that's the logic. That's the philosophy that they're going on here. And finally, after 2 matches, the rat strat comes out. That's why the Star-Lord is able to go around relatively punished because he is sitting at the 1 and 2. But that's why they're able to push top and bottom so easily. I wouldn't say with impunity. They do lose heroes here and there, but the fact is they're winning the map. It's mostly red, which led to this invade down bottom, and now fight up top. Oh, 666 got caught out. See, that's how confident Supremeverse is, but they're going for another one. Deadly Orbit here set in by the Mysterio. Kasai, still going for more. Ryu might go down, but he survived the shield.
What a play for both of the teams. That's quite a confusing play, but Mysterio dishing a lot of AoE damage from the team fight. I guess that's what hurt most of the teams or the players come from the side of Supremeverse, forcing them to just retreat and back away. And while the team fight was happening on the top side part of the map, we would notice that some of the members of SES are also getting a position down bottom part of the map as well as in the mid. They're clearing off the minion waves. They're shoving it early on for them to be able to get a place on that base. And see how fast they can take it because they got a position. The minion waves are in favor of them, and it's an easy objective for them this time.
Yep, so this is, I believe, a battle that Supremeverse has yet to have faced in the group stage. So now they understand, guys, these people know how to find their windows. We're throwing haymakers, but for every single big punch that we land, they're landing 2 or 3 kidney punches, and we're suffering for it. We just lost Bass. We lost Angel twice now. Ryu getting a taste of his own Hadouken here. This is dangerous for Supremeverse. 6-4 already. And, Kesaya, look at this. Look at this. Debut VGNC is in the lead by about 500 gold.
Protect ally turret.
Oh, now they're going for the Surfer.
Yeah, I mean, they get the position,
there's
sure,
no
why
contest.
not?
It's very dangerous
Well,
to
the
contest
Angel
here.
is gone, sure, why not? They got the hook to cover him up. They got the annoying Deadpool as well, and this is gonna be an easy take since they got the damage in a way. It's AoE for coming from the Mysterio as well as the Starlo, but look at that Aeon Guard trying to take one member from the side. The Hulk, the very slither of health, he will survive, but Aeon will get punished. Fortunately, he's just at the right spot to go for a defense.
Yep. Black Knights are built durable. But just as Supremeverse retreats, you see here, Mysterio just goes, yeah, let me just take that real quick. And now they summon the Surtur. Kesaya, this is basically point 2 in the Rat Strat module. Take in the Surtur, take in these big ticket objectives, and then just own the map. You can still keep losing on the KDA records, but once you have the potential to penetrate, you go for it. And so far, debut VGNC has been executing almost perfectly.
For SES debut VGNC, putting down that Surtur on the top side, they're actually pressuring all of the lanes as well as some of the members position themselves both on the mid as well as in the bot side. It's looking good for them. Who was that? Deadpool teleported onto the top side to get an early position for themselves. And yeah, if they take down another turret in here, which they just did pretty much easily on the top side, they could potentially win this game. But look at that! A lot of damage coming here from Jubilee as well, taking down one member. But that was an exchange. 1-for-1 trade so far. On the other part of the map, Mysterio dishing a lot of damage as well. Aeon and the rest of the gang on the side of Supremeverse will have to retreat. Unfortunately, during that fight, we have to make a pause.
Yep, a little messy on the side of debut VGNC, but again, mission accomplished, I think. For Supremeverse here, they did defend. They lost a tier 2 turret, and they keep their inhibitor. The entry just went down as we came back, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 2-for-1 trade though, so a little win for Supremeverse, but they keep losing their key. They keep losing Ryu. Oh no, it looks like the Mysterio's in trouble. Kesaya.
What is gonna happen in here? They're trying to chase Blizz. Our Star-Lord, quite mobile though. Protection incoming in here. Will Ian Guard be punished? No, not as of yet, but at least he will be taking down this Star-Lord. He will be taken down as well. A 1-for-1 trade for the chase. They really want to take down the Star-Lord. They're getting annoyed. The rat strat that you were talking about is something that is very annoying for the side of Supremeverse in this match.
Yep. It's significantly a strategy that it doesn't play to your regular MOBA mindset. It's essentially playing the opposite way. It's usually you're thinking, oh, we gotta face them head on. We have to win these fights and then get these objectives. It's counterproductive to that. It's essentially we go objectives first and then we win fights that we can, and then we go from that advantage. And that's what led to this mostly red map, and Supremeverse is building up slowly. I think it's not over till it's over. They still have a tier 2 turret in mid, and their base protected from down bottom. So they really just need to focus on pushing top, managing that lane. That is their main weakness, and after a quick bash take, I don't think they can go for a team fight until the buff is expired. So I think it's time for Supreme Verse here to call it quits first.
Holding on to 3 turrets, Team Supreme versus the question that we should have in mind now this time. Or at least, this is the question that they have in mind right now. How can we win this fight? How can we make a comeback from the lead and the position in map that SES debut VGNC has? Is this something that you know, that you can explain to us, Leo? Do you find any ways for them?
Hold out. The key here is to protect Ryu as long as possible. Have him get farmed up and hold out. Protect Ryu, and maybe your secondary objective would be to protect the Jubilee, and go from there. Right? Use Aeon Guard as an annoying hero, like pop out here and there, especially up top. You need to really manage that lane up top. And yeah, it's gonna be easier said than done, because after the second Surtur take, they have another big item on the to-do list is defend. And I think it would be smart here to summon it immediately. It's gonna go through down bottom, and yep, they're going for this pincer strategy. Like, instead of putting it in mid to make the defense easier for Supreme Verse, they're gonna put it top and bottom. So it's gonna be harder to manage those polar opposites.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, traveling from top to bottom is much longer than, you know, putting it in the mid. But for the meantime, we can see in here, look at the poke, very confident 666. Poking out like 2 or 3 members from the side of Team Supreme Verse. I did not expect that coming. But yeah, now the confidence in here, but I think they should avoid being way too confident. But for the meantime, a lot of HP bars going out to the side of Supreme Verse already. Even the Black Knight will have to go home and regenerate some of his HP. Well, look at that. He's actually taken down. There's not much damage. Still is already coming up from the side of Supreme Verse. The minion waves on the top side of Team SES are already trying to take down the base. But for the meantime, still pressure is on. Just 1 turret remaining, no turrets remaining at all now, and this is the bait that they can now just focus on.
Yeah, for sure the numbers are against SNS debut VJC, but they don't care, right? They don't care. They did what they did what they came to do. Take turrets, destroy bases, win games. Congratulations. I could have sworn the defense was still possible because it was a 4v3 situation, a 4v2. But if you do focus your attacks on the turret, then that's essentially mission accomplished, right? That's the ticket punched. You got your victory. Congratulations to SES debut VGNC. Doing Indonesia proud here. Kaisaya for the first time in today's games. We're at the halfway mark.
Yeah.
The split push strategy pulls through. Here's that game by the numbers, 11-7. Again, they suffered on their KDA record, but a win is a win.
You know what? I would rather say SES Debbie is the kind of team that doesn't care about KDA at all. They do not have an intention. Okay, if, for example, there's a tournament that has this award for the best KDA award, whatever that is. No, they wouldn't mind it. They're the kind of team that would rather focus on winning as a team and winning the team fights and the strategies in general, and wouldn't mind, individual rewards.
Yep. A strategy that has proven true across the board through the years. As old as esports is, the minute someone figured out, hey, we can not care about these kills and just go for what really wins you the game, the objectives, then it works out. All right, so that's SES debut VGNC once more going for the win here. Here's a replay of a key moment in this matchup for the code again. Read it out loud right there, ladies and gentlemen. Put in the comments. Here's your last chance while we choose a winner. Again, we kept noting how Supreme Verse was confident throughout the match because they knew that they had the advantage when it came to the 5v5 battle, but apparently that's not the fight that debut VGNC was going for. But for now, we would like to say congratulations to Xavier Sawa and Brian Almazan Racela. Congratulations, you guys win some goodies courtesy of Top Clans 2020. You will be contacted by a few of our admins here. Once more, Xavier Sawa and Brian Almazan Racela.
Congratulations. I did not actually expect that we're having 2 winners per match this time. But because in series 1, I think we had like just one, right? Yeah. For the meantime, we are about to see the highlights from the game 3 that you've seen from a while ago. Supreme from Singapore, Malaysia versus SESW VGNC coming from Indonesia. Make their countries proud. Yeah, pretty much I would rather say they're pretty much almost the same in terms of strength as a team. So happened that maybe the difference. We were talking about, okay, this team has different strategies, and you mentioned a while ago, Leo, the weaknesses of the strategies that they will pull up in this fight.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing more of that when we go to the second half of tonight's broadcast. You guys are watching Top Clans 2020. My name is Leo. This here is Krisaya. Check out the highlights as we go into a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, comrade. Organic steel remains strong in all situations.
Speak carefully to the ruler of hell.
I am pleased to see you. Do you need help? I expect this action will be decisive.
Got a CR problem? I can handle it.
How may I bring glory to Amora?
Bonjour, mon ami. Ça va?
You're out of chances! You're out of chances!
Ami, I think we're in good shape.
Mon ami!
Who has need of Sif's sword? The enemies of Asgard must fall.
The accuser has no time for pleasantries. I pronounce justice! Here is your system! I pronounce justice!
Don't expect any these and thous. I'll fight if it's for a good reason. I need a little downtime.
Another day, another dire threat to Earth. I don't need armor, but this is good armor. Fury CR! They aren't ready for the smash! going back to base. They aren't ready for the snag! They aren't ready for the snag!
How may I bring glory to Amora? The Blood Axe thirsts for battle. I need Blood Axe! And take another soul! And blood my blade once more! We have nothing more to do here. And blood my blade once more! I need Blood Axe! And blood my blade once more! I need Blood Axe!
Hey there! Hope you need me to fight some bad guys. Have you met my girl squirrel Tippy Toe? She's the best. Nobody takes squirrels serious until they meet me.
Welcome back to Top Clans 2020. We just witnessed 3 best-of-1 matchups between the best of the best from Thailand, Singapore, and Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Now, we're going to be seeing 3 more matches coming your way to see who moves up from Group A into the knockout stage. My name is Leo, joined here by Kaisaya, and we're going to be bringing you the rest of tonight's matches straight from our very own homes into Kaisaya. After seeing 3 matches already, we're going to be seeing 3 more as mentioned. Group A, they all have 1 point each. There really is no clear lead here.
Not as of yet, but something could happen because Supremeverse, which we are about to see in a few minutes from now, already played 2 games. So they definitely will need to get a win away from MS Chonburi as well. But yeah, MS Chonburi, though, this is going to be their 2nd game, so there's still hope for them. But it's going to be very vital, very important for Supremeverse to take this.
And here's an interesting foil. MS Chonburi, the way that they draft and the way that they play is reminiscent of NMD Outlast from the very first series of the night, if you remember, right? They drafted a very damage-heavy lineup with very little CC. So now, I hope that they use that as a lesson, because Supremeverse was, I guess you can call them the pioneer in tonight's meta game, working up into Top Clans 2020. They're the ones who said, guys, we're talking CC here. We need to make sure that our front lines and our peel potential is there. So with that being said, let's look at the bans and picks. The draft has already begun. Ebony Maw and Ant-Man taken out here by MS Chonburi, while Supremeverse taking out Thanos and the Hulk.
Taking out these heavy CC, heavy sustained heroes are definitely worth it. This opens up, though, the heroes that we've seen making some good plays from a while ago, like that of the Iceman, maybe Star-Lord we can say as well. But Moonlight, though, falling short. Moonstar falling short. Did not actually expect that to be happening in TCA. But for the meantime, look at that. The Ancient One is actually available for picking for MS Chonburi.
Oh yeah! That's one thing to note. Again, Moonstar, her star tonight isn't shining so brightly. But here we see the Ancient One making her debut. She's able to slip through the cracks, if you will, not banned, and actually picked up at the second moment she could. So even that could be interesting. While, hold up! Kaisaya! What's this? What's this? Storm?
Oh, that is something new. Well, she's quite classic already, I would rather say, for the Marvel Super War hero pool. But this is the first time that I will be seeing this Storm in the battlefield, especially after a lot of patches from in Marvel Super War.
She's literally one of the first few heroes you learn to play, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So let this be a trip down memory lane for us. MS Chonburi fielding her. She does have a bit of CC, no doubt, definitely important in today's working meta game, especially with the Ancient One pickup. Chonburi's lineup looking strong, but let's look at Supremeverse. Again, they understand and they respect the fact that CC is the name of the game. Well, it's Marvel Super War, but CC is super important. Let's put it at that. They pick up the Ronin. They pick up the Iceman. Bobby Drake has been making it rain, all right? He's been successful for the most part. I'm not sure if the record is 100%, but for sure, his kit is useful. So now looking at this Kaisaya, Ryu gets another go at his Angel. Aeon Guard, again, 2nd time this evening, I believe, on that Black Knight. Oh, right. Iceman already. I think he's at 2 wins, 1 loss. So, that being said, as we enter the battlefield of Wakanda, what's the outlook like for you? Who's in the lead here?
To be honest, it's so hard to say. I wouldn't judge that Storm pick as well, just because we saw her for the first time tonight, and maybe since after a lot of tournaments that we've casted already. But she can make her change. She can even probably match up the CC as well as AoE damage coming from the Iceman, because she's got stuns. She's got AoE, huge AoE burst damage as well. So I'm basically just so excited to see how or what this storm will put up onto the table.
Yeah, I'm guessing the storm might be a good alternative to a traditional marksman because she does scale up, right? Ladies and gentlemen, her ult does scale up, but instead of it being basic attacks, it is magic, it is energy damage. So you have that going into this matchup. Ancient One gonna be going up top, but yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna go with more of a traditional approach here. It's gonna be the Corvus Glaive as their alternative carry hero going down bottom, joined by the Thing, while the Deadpool goes around through the jungle.
Well, then again, Leo, this is the very last game of Supreme Verse for tonight. They need to get the 2 points for them.
Right.
Yeah, it is. So them losing this game would mean they're gonna say bye-bye to from support in the tournament, of course. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Because regardless if MS Chonburi, I think, loses this one. No, I think MS Chonburi needs to win this too. Because
so this matchup, yeah. So you're saying this matchup is, sorry to cut you off, but this matchup is high stakes.
yes, for both of the teams right now. Because MS Chonburi hasn't won any game as of yet. After playing 2 games, or after playing a game, and this is the second one. They lost a while ago against Nomad Outlast, who was of course vying for points as well from that defeat on the very first series.
So I understand that whoever loses this is most definitely out, right?
Yeah.
Supreme Verse, this is their last match. If they don't get this, they're not even in the running for the knockout stage. And Chonburi automatically gets eliminated. So this makes possibly their last match moot, right? Against SES debut VGNT, who is very strong in their debut, no pun intended, matchup against Supreme Verse. They defeated Supreme Verse with the split push strategy. In case you guys are just watching us, that's a quick refresher from the match before the break. So looking at this now, there's a lot of pressure on both teams' shoulders. So they have to have drafted their best.
They definitely, and well, since we're done on that one, they just basically have to show up on how they're gonna execute this, the strategy that they have in this game. But yeah, for the meantime, again, Leo trades we are actually sometimes used to seeing in base, especially if both of the teams already know each other. But this time, since this is the first time they match up together again, regardless if they've seen their opponent match up against other teams already for tonight, well,
enemy hero missing.
You know, this is like what we call a download game.
Yeah, possibly. But it's technically a download game with a little bit of percentage put in. You know what I mean? Like you try to open up another file and some of it's preloaded. Because there is some prior knowledge here. But just the same, I do believe that Supreme Verse coming in here with some, how do we say, unorthodox... Oh, no, I'm sorry. MS Chonburi coming in here with some unorthodox choices. Just like, again, the marksman-less lineup and playing Storm.
Retreat.
But they did get the Ancient One. Again, there's some pluses and minuses here that makes me scratch my head, but just the same say, this might be crazy enough to work.
Well, look at that. 4 members. Oh, but taking a look at the tussle on the top side, a 1v1 between these 2 top laners that we got, but yeah, nothing much would happen because no one would want to die in the top side, because whoever dies will definitely have to go back home, go back alive, and you will basically just allow your opponent to maybe clear up the minion waves and assist in the other parts of the map. But yeah, really passive still, I would rather say, in this early stages of the game.
Enemy hero missing.
How about you? Any other call? But I think Dr. Strange is in quite a tight spot right now. Nope.
Yep, this is trouble. Aura only has some backup coming in now, and it looks like Zane wants to start up a fight that is going to be the Thing disengaging, and they'll go rotate back down bottom. But they're coming in from a different angle. Check this out. The Iceman is in trouble. JMS needs to watch his back.
We're not seeing that one right now, but he got a slither of health. Though fortunately able to back away. But I think if that Storm was actually right over there, if it was a 3v1 engage, I think he could be dead. You know, there's some massive damage that could come out from that storm.
Yep, definitely. Risky business JMS is getting himself into. But I do believe that it is MS Chonburi who was the victim of the off-lane isolation technique. Remember that? Wherein they drafted a Hulk, but the Sandman pinned them down. The Sandman from NMD Outlast. So I think now they're learning that they should not fall for the same trap. Hence,
it was them.
You see, they keep rotating down mid. See? Check it out. SNM keeps rotating, and there's nice swap. Kesaya, big fight in mid.
Oh, look at that. The first KO is going on to the Storm. 2 members from the side of Team Supremeverse trying to back away. Looks like they will be able to retreat. And just like that, I think MS Chonburi will no longer pursue that overextension anymore as they have learned their mistake already. But did you even expect that to happen? Like, first KO onto the Storm?
Oh, actually, to be honest, no. But if there's something I can say about an early engagement, it's that MS Chonburi is getting exactly what they want. They need to be able to snowball this storm, right? They need to make sure that the storm gets stacks on their ult, and again, it can turn into quite the threat. So this 500 gold lead at 5 minutes, this is definitely what MS Chonburi needs to get their confidence back, to get a fighting chance.
Enemy hero missing.
For sure, but for the meantime, we can see most of the gang on the side of Team MS Chonburi is actually going onto the top side too, on the bottom lane, still putting much pressure against the Iceman. Iceman is actually, in turn, is not able to join the team fight, but for the meantime, oh, look at that! The Angel will take down the Ancient 1-for-1 trade across the top as well as the bottom part of the map. 2 for 1, taking, no, make it 2? No, was that 2 for 2? 3 for 1.
Oh! Well,
there's a lot of exchange of skills in here.
It's messy, and you can see
it's
here
messy.
the innate mobility of the lineup brought in by Supremeverse. It's paying dividends so far. Able to let them catch up, but just the same, they left down bottom to get pushed. So I think overall, they kind of lost that. They traded for the free time for this push down bottom. And if there's anything I learned from playing a little bit of Corvus Glaive is that when he's left alone with a turret, he kind of feels like a marksman. So again, what was that? A minute or so that he had free reign with the turret, and they already pushed it. So far, so good. Keeping this advantage, MS Chonburi definitely feeling a little more confident. Now, big fight, Kesaya!
Big fight ongoing right now. Oh, look at that! The Corvus Glaive, unfortunately, though, will be falling down onto the one member on the side of Team Supremeverse. Hope still got that hope to actually live for his life, being able to go under turret on the top side. But wow, you know, even if we're seeing a lot of team fights in here, I would rather say that, you know, we cannot say who's winning as of yet. So pretty much equal for me, as I can see it, even though we can see that one turret already taken down on the side of Team Supremeverse.
And I stand corrected. It's not her ult. Eye of the Storm is not what buffs up from Storm here, fielded by MS Chonburi. It's actually her first skill, Chain Lightning. So its damage increases by 10% every time it knocks out a hero. So this is something else. Like, she doesn't even need to use the ult. She just needs to be around and cast something for her to snowball. So far, 2 stacks already, I believe, as we go for this pause. Some time for us to, how do we say, digest what's going on. So
yeah,
already, MS Chonburi pushing a little in, and I think, sorry, this is Supremeverse. Will they fall for the push weakness a second time around?
Not too sure, but looking at the mini map right now, MS Chonburi is actually wanting to just take advantage of the first blood that they got from the storm, that they got early on, because looking at the mini map, they got control on the mid, on the bot, as well as on the top side as well.
Yeah. And it's the same rotation, Kaisaya. It's the Corvus Glaive getting his way with the turret. And this is great. This is a great distraction put up by the rest of MS Chonburi. You have your Hope, Sky, they're the perfect duo here. It's the Thing and the Storm. They both have CC, and given enough time, they're both able to deal a lot of damage. So it's a Corvus Glaive baiting out Aeon Guard up top. That's KK, and I'm not sure if KK's Soul Matter is online, but either way, it's still wasted time. You don't want to take too much time fighting a Corvus Glaive.
No, but the Angel is there. 2v1 situation.
For you.
Teleporting toward top side. I think the Thing actually went in there. They're going all in for this clash right now. There goes the assist coming out from the Iceman. It will slow down some of the members on the side of Team MS Chonburi, but then again, it's not stopping them because look at that. They're still showing away the members of Team Supreme Verse in there. Supreme Verse. What an excellent skill. They will still be able to potentially make a comeback from it.
Yep, that's a 2-for-none take there, converting into not turrets, but at least Vast. So this is some room for Supreme Verse to breathe and to recover. Already putting themselves in the lead, 1,500 gold. Aura hopefully gets this turret in mid to really recover some of the map here for his team. Now, how did they win that team fight up top? How did they get a free 2-0 despite the bait by KK? Kaisaya, the key is off of Ronan's World Shaker. It was World Shaker, the ult off that Ronan that really owned it. How many did he stun? 3 or 4 people?
Yeah, we saw that almost. We thought it was, Supreme Verse getting that advantage from the top side part of the map. But fortunately for MS Chonburi, the Thing and the rest of their gang was fast to react and to defend their teammates. So I think that was a good decision. But regardless of that situation, still I can't say that, okay, this is one team's games. Not as of yet. Because still I would rather find it still pretty much equal. Because down here in the riverbed, you can see anyone can basically just overextend. They can pass through that. And they are willing to. They're confident. It's just a matter of now who's going to win the team fights.
Yeah, I think the main focus here should be take the turret. There you go. Nice start here, and they're gonna go for the engage. Here we go. Fight started already, breaking out, but it's a little messy.
It is a little messy indeed, but as we can see right now, Hope is super low on HP. There's more knocks and coming, but the death pool will fall down too. Really high damage dealing here. Angel will force KK to actually make use of his passive, and look at it, it will fall down just like that. Rage for the Angel. Even now, this is a position for Team Supreme Verse to take the Surtur down.
Again, excellent play there by Zane. Oh, but they pay the price. That's going to be JMS slain by Surtur, but I think it's a price well paid for. They really needed the Surtur there. I'm not sure if they really needed JMS there, but nonetheless, sometimes you get into the moment and you really don't know what it's like. Oh, my life is really low. But nonetheless, Zane, again, key to making sure Ryu shuts down KK. They dove underneath the turret. The only reason why Zane survived was because of the passive on Ronan. Whenever he CCs someone, he gets a shield. So the shield took a hit from the turret there, helping him stay in the match. And Zane is just owning this matchup. He is sitting at a 1-1 and 3, but those 3 assists and the 1 kill, they're all super significant, helping Supreme Verse get a stranglehold onto this matchup. Now their lead, Kaisaya, is up to 5k almost. 5k almost, just because of
now this is the time
team fights.
Now this is the time where I will say that there is one team leading the game right now, and that is Supreme Verse. If MS Chonburi in here loses this game, they so far have 1-0. They have played 2 matches and 1-0 match, and that would mean they just will have to basically still play that last match that they will get. But for the time, anyway, since the match is not yet done, potential comeback can still happen. It just so happened maybe they're having a hard time going for a defensive play because they don't have a marksman, and that's super important. Fast gear of minion waves is something that you can use to answer defense or rather a pressure being put on by your opponent, but they don't have a marksman. That is the problem.
Yep, and even their mage has very limited wave clear for sure. I think I can say Storm is better at dealing with enemies, heroes, characters than minions. Than minion waves. But here we go, nice swap on Aeon Guard. He pays the price. Kaisaya, that's at least some room to breathe for MS
room
Chonburi.
to breathe indeed, but they lost one turret. I think down bottom part of the map. I think that was the tier 2 turret taken down by the Angel. And the Angel still going wild. No deaths as of yet. He needs to be shut down. I'm not too sure how MS Chonburi will be able to do that, but potentially if the Ancient One is actually able to swap that one out, maybe they can make it. They could potentially shut down this Angel.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's one pointed out fact that, oh, a good swap onto Zane, but it might be the wrong target. SNN comes in, misses target just by a little bit, and the team fight continues.
Wow! What a nice microplay coming from the Ancient One, but as you can see, still Supreme Verse going wild in here, wanting to end the game, wanting to continue the pressure, KK in the dangerous spot. I don't think he'll be able to make it out. Look at that, a lot of members in him right now, just bursting him down. And Ryu, oh, that was a very aggressive move in an attempt to actually take down one member. He has to back away and just lifesteal from the jungle camps.
Yep. Oh, wow. I'm not sure if there's one last member. H2K can defend. That's going to be... Oh! That's the JMS itself! That's going to be the wipeout. Not going to be enough for him to come back. This is it. Supreme Verse gets the win for their last matchup of the night. Congratulations. This put MS Chonburi in... I can't find the words for it, Desaya, this is a miserable spot to be in. You have 3 matches, 2 of them, and you had the early game, but now you're facing a 15-minute loss. Isaiah, this is that last game by the numbers. Our MVP, Ryu, finding his window, farming up, and winning these team fights off of Zane's initiations. This is
They got 2 wins out of the 3 games that they've played. We'll see what will happen next. But for MS Chonburi, I think it's quite unfortunate because, you know, they played 2 games already, 0 wins, and they only got 1 match to play. And yeah, but you know, just play it out, participate, get to know the teams, and you know, I think it's still a privilege for them to be able to play a top clans 2020. But again, we'll be popping out the mystery code that we flashed on the street a while ago. While you see some highlights in this match from this game, from our.
This is, I believe,
excellent skill.
This is the first big fight that Supreme Verse won. When, or maybe the first or the second, off of, again, Zane's amazing World Shaker. That's the key to their victory, and this is your key to victory. Congratulations to Fahio Busarin. I hope I read that correctly. Fahio Busarin and to Clarin Kakait. Congratulations, you guys win some goodies from Top Clans 2020. Thank you all for participating. Again, you will be contacted by our moderators to claim your prize. But that does it for this matchup here. Once more, Supreme Verse winning 2 out of 3 of their matches puts them in a great spot to get out of the group stages into the knockout stage. But for MS Chonburi, not sure how the stats will help them out here, what the numbers say. But we're moving on to the next one. Again, if you're gonna fail forward, fail fast. Here's MS Chonburi once more, back at it again, facing off against SES debut VGNC of Indonesia.
Well, SES debut VGNC has played 1 game already. This is their second game, and if they win this match, it will put them in a really, really great spot. Not to mention 100% win rate if they win this match. But if MS Chonburi wins this match 1 out of 3 games, we're not too sure how it will help them. Like you have mentioned a while ago, Leo, in placing on the top 2 teams. But regardless, if SES wins or loses match, you're still kind of safe.
Yeah. SES is in a great spot. Earlier debuting. The split push strategy up against Supreme Verse, affording them their first loss. We'll see how they perform against MS Chonburi, who's still yet to find their footing here in Top Clan's Group A. They have yet to get a win. They have shown some good comebacks, or early game at least. Let's say they have a good early game in game number 2 against Supremeverse, but they failed to pull through. So yeah, against SESW VGNC, I don't know. Kaisaya, let's talk about MS Chonburi a little bit more here. You want good news or bad news first? let's do good news first.
Let's start
what did they
with
do
the
good
bad
in game
news.
number 2? Okay, you're right. Let's go with the bad news. What did they do wrong? Where did they miss out on in game number 2?
I mean, it's not having marksman at all. I mean, it could help pushing up objectives, and it could help, defending your base too. But they did not have that. They went very, kind of dreamy about making sure that the burst damage coming from mages will make it, or rather energy heroes, but it did not apparently.
I almost was on their side. You know what I mean? I kind of believed that KK's Corvus Glaive could have really pulled them through, but sometimes you just really need the hero itself, the kind of hero for its utility. But nonetheless, coming up next, it's still going to be MS Chonburi versus SESW VGNC. We are going to go on a quick break. Ladies and gentlemen, you are once again watching Top Clans 2020. My name is Leo. This here is Kaisaya. We'll be back after this.
Hello, comrade. Organic steel remains strong in all situations.
Speak carefully to the ruler of hell.
This is hell on earth!
How may I bring glory to Amora?
Bonjour, mon ami. Ça va?
You're out of senses! You're out of senses!
Ami, I think we really
Who has need of Sif's sword? The enemies of Asgard must fall.
This blow will tell the tale! This blow will tell the tale!
Folklore for Asgard! Folklore for Asgard!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top Clans 2020 coming at you. Broadcasting live from our very own homes to yours. My name is Leo. This here is Keisaya, and it's an honor to be bringing you guys the action from Group A. And Van Word, that game's about to begin. So here we go. Another best of one matchup coming your way. Again, points on the line, and the draft has begun. Once more, it is MS Chonburi from Thailand facing off against SES debut VGNC from Indonesia, still undefeated. Kaisaya, what can we expect from this draft?
From this draft, right off the bat, now we see that Thanos getting banned out from the side of Team MS Chonburi. They respect this. I mean, this is something that has been used from a while ago, and that he actually shined. So letting that out in the battlefield is kind of risky, especially during the mid to late game time, because he can even turn around situations. You know, he is one of the heroes that can help in allowing your team making a comeback, and that's something respectable, and I think it is a good ban coming from SES debut.
You reached 1-800-DEADPOO.
I agree, and they themselves didn't really show any. Again, that's one of the strengths or one of the benefits that you have being SES debut VGNC. They are playing the last couple of matches here, and they debuted, no pun intended once more, a little later, right? They were the third match, so there's really not much most teams can get on them as to scouting their strategy from the draft. So now they're able to once again, Kaisaya, I think they're playing their cards here a little too early, showing us the skeleton, the foundation for the rat strap once more. It's the Hulk and the Star-Lord.
Yeah, it can work. I think best if this Hulk is actually working out as a support. But I'm not too sure if they're gonna be making use of that as a support.
Hello, darling.
But if there is this paralyzed, yeah, maybe I think it's going for it as a support side, right?
Hello, darling.
Jungle Emma Frost, I would rather say Mysterio as mid. Not too sure who's going to be the top laner in here for the side of Team SES debut VGNC, but I think they're lacking in terms of frontliners. But in terms of, you know, fast rotations, they got this, especially early ganks, because Emma Frost just basically just need maybe level 2 for her to set up a gank, and that's it.
Yes, all you need is the charm. All you need is to land that, and most soft heroes at level 2 will fall. All right, you can even go for a deep turret dive if you need to. But that being said, MS Chonburi, you saw the hesitation, Kaisaya. You saw how they thought Moonstar. They now go for the Gambit instead. So again, a very damage-heavy lineup. They still respect though the amount of CC or peel required, so they do field here the thing. While on the other end, it's not going to be a jungle Emma Frost. It's going to be a top lane Emma Frost, while they send Cloud into the jungle with Cap. So it's going to be a Captain America jungle here. What's your take on that?
This is something new. They have a lot of CC though. Look at that. 3 CC coming from Captain America, Hulk, and Emma Frost. Plus, they can actually set up early team fights right now. If there's 2 energy damage as well, I think the Thing will have a hard time in sustaining early game time too. So it seems like to me, SES is planning for an early win in this game. But as for Team MS Chonburi, they have to wait for the Gambit as well as the Thing and Deadpool to go online mid to late game time.
And who do they have to help with that? They have SNN on the Black Knight, who did pretty well earlier. But again, there's this propensity, Kaitaya. There's this propensity to somehow fall off. And I don't blame them. It's not their fault. It really does happen. And sometimes your opponent does find better windows than you do. So with that being said, let's go back into the Wakanda battlefield and begin the matchup. We are going to be pausing here for a bit. Make sure that everyone's lines are clear so that we can enjoy this last match for MS Chonburi. Again, they have played their 3, this included. This gives us some time, again, to digest. So we talked about MS Chonburi's lineup. Let's look at SES debut VGNC. So kind of spelled out here, right? Save for the Emma Frost up top, this is still potentially going to go for the split.
Most likely, though, especially they got the Star Lord. What would you expect for him to do? Of
Right.
course, you want to take advantage of the mobility that you got as a Star Lord. But yeah, for the meantime, look at that really uncontested top side right now. Not so sure, but anyway, this is an MF Frost that is on the top side, so we'll have yet to find out on how they will be able to execute this one out.
Yep. And I think MS Chonburi here, they understand that the threat of the Star-Lord is real. So earlier, like not even a minute in, they're like, watch out, guys. Give him a good visit. And what better bodyguard than the Thing? I mean, sorry, than the Hulk, right? What better bodyguard than the Hulk? And it looks like they're going for an early visit in mid. Fetra wants to see if he can help out catch our Jubilee. But instead, they feel possibly an invade.
And on the top side, that is actually a strong attempt to pressure the Emma Frost, which we know is a very skittish hero as well.
Protect allied turret.
But yeah, it looks like SNS has SNN kind of bit off more than he could chew, having to go back home and recover, which opens up the rotation here for 666 visiting mid. There's quite a bit of a heavy presence in mid here for both teams.
Yeah, actually. And I think the reason why is that if one team is actually able to stop either that Jubilee or that Mysterio, they know that they could win this. Because we know that Mysterio, a while ago, he showed up a lot of strength. But for the meantime, let's take a look at on the top side. Look at that tussle ongoing between these two top laners. So we got that is an energy damage versus some physical damage ongoing. But KK though, super low on HP, super situation ongoing right now. That's he uses his ultimate plus this flicker. Oh, that's a lot of skills getting burned down just to save his life. Wow.
Fights up top, down bottom. Look at this, a little frisky. MS Chonburi getting here in the opponent's jungle. Oh wow, a nice pushback. Milano strike called in by Blaze. Big fight, Kesaya.
Oh, big fight. Oh, a secure on that still in favor of MS Chonburi. Somehow, it feels like this is a different MS Chonburi that we've seen from a while ago. Even though they will just get one point from this group stage, it seems like they don't want to give NCS some points. They're gonna get a first kill onto the Emma Frost, and this is looking like a good start.
Yeah, but again, benefit of the doubt, yes, this might be a brand new MS Chonburi, but it might be a little too late for their comeback. You know what I mean? In an anime, when the protagonist goes like, oh, I'm gonna learn all of the lessons my master taught me and defeat this final boss, it's kind of hard to see that working out here since they do have 2 losses already. But nonetheless, good MSW is good MSW, and so far, they are in the lead, about 1,000 gold here. 3 minutes in, SNN doing great knockups on that Black Knight, rotating where he's needed, while KK, interestingly enough, on the Thing. I would have expected him to be on the Gambit, but yeah, go ahead.
You know what, Leo? I think this is also where we can see the kind of learning curve each of the team has. So it is now apparent to see that MS Chonburi is, pretty much just they learned a little bit slow in comparison to other teams because they needed to go through 2 losses before realizing something up, right? And in here they're making up a good they're showing up a good strength, which we did not see from a while ago, which they could have done. Look at that, trying to chase Hope, not getting connect in there. That CC coming out from the Hulk. Instead, the Hulk is actually the one getting pressured by the Jubilee. Fortunately, not able to dodge that damage coming from that Star-Lord.
Impressive. Hulk outplaying even Blizz on that Let's Rock. And they're gonna try to catch off guard here our mid laner, Cloud, even scared to take his own buff. This is interesting. Fetra, ever the bodyguard here. H2K, he's confident. Look at this, Kesaya. H2K is confident. I do think that this Gambit still has their card control online. So he has dashes on dashes. Look at it from behind, waiting for the flank. Ooh,
Very confident
Boulder
diving
crashing
here coming up from KK. He knows that he can survive, although he got just a slither of health. It is just the right moment to dive in under the turret. They got 2 kills in there. MS Chonburi is something else this match.
Almost 6 minutes in, still no turrets. I think this is an interesting game of chess for these two teams here. Neither giving an opening, but clearly you get kills where you can, and we can give that win here to MS Chonburi. 3-0 so far. Hope is in trouble though. Hope is in the middle of 3 members. Quick pause here for us to digest this mini-map situation. Yeah, I think we've seen Hope in worse situations going out. I think he's gonna survive.
I think, you know what, while MS Chonburi is actually making a good showing here in terms of securing kills, they are lacking in terms of turret objectives. In the bottom part of the map, we saw them get 2 kills, but they did not attempt to, create a space for someone to take that tier 1 turret down bottom side. So I think they need to work that one out if they want to at least give themselves some points from this group stage.
Yeah, no conversion. So far, no conversion. I do believe they secured the Bast, but I guess the Bast was also just key for them to win more fights, but not necessarily take anything permanent from the map. So that is something that they could improve on. Key for them here to take points away from SES debut BGNC. Petra keeps missing some key jumps here. I do believe Petra could do better at initiating, but nonetheless, they send Blizz up top. I think this is their call here. Blizz, you're supposed to be split pushing. Why don't you distract KK up top? But KK answers back anyways. Oh no, they started up.
You mentioned a while ago about the Hulk having a hard time getting a target. I think that is because of the mobility that this Jubilee and the Gambit has as well. Definitely he wouldn't want to target the Thing and the rest of the other high sustain heroes. So I think that's the reason why. And I think it's not the fault of the Hulk. He's trying. He's trying his best though. But they're very mobile.
For sure. For sure. Especially with the 2 frontliners on SNN and KK. Like it's hard to get a perfect shockwave into a neutralize, into a stun, right? But now look at this, Blizz raining down onto KK, gets a shield, but KK knows. KK understands, hey, too many people are missing. So from the back, it's gonna be Cloud. Hold up! Oh, there's the Vanguard coming in, but it's too chunky. KK's too chunky.
Oh yeah. Too beefy, too chunky. But on the bottom part of the map, you can see, I think, 3 members trying to pressure 2 members on the side of SES WBGNC. Let's see what's gonna happen in here. Take note that that is a Hulk that could even lock down a target. They got an okay amount of minion waves just to take down the tier 1 turret, and this is what we're looking for. Turret takes. Finally, right after 8 minutes, we see a turret getting taken down.
Yep, and quite the opposite is happening. Again, we saw this earlier. The reverse 4-1. The 4-1 lineup gets reversed, gets the strategy put onto them, and that's so far what's happening here, but they are still down 2,000 gold. And again, it happens. 2 turrets up now. This is MS Chonburi able to come back, and they stun Blizz here. Oh, Cloud, I believe. That's Cloud on the Captain America, and 666 is in trouble. He backs out.
For sure, right now, as you can see, really good map control in favor of MS Chonburi. Did not expect SES debut BGNC actually having hard time on the kind of play MS Chonburi is showing now, and they get 1 casualty in here once more, but the double K is going to the Ammo Frost. Is this their potential comeback now that they're trying to shove away the members of Team MS Chonburi? 2 members left in here, I believe KK as well as SNN, but they're 2 high sustain heroes, but rough in here. The Mysterio trying to poke them out a little bit more, just giving enough space for the Star-Lord to go back home.
That's a nice team fight for SES here. They were able to dissect the lineup and take all the damage dealers out, leaving SNN and KK to essentially just run away. So now this opens up a window for them to take Surtur. I wonder if SNN is enough to stop it. KK as well. He does have a boulder crash online. Kesaya.
Oh, who's gonna get the last hit? I did not see as of yet. Let us go. Let's go. And there you go. The Deadpool would take the crown from it. Unfortunately, though, SES, who started that searcher, will not take the crown home.
Hope is something else. This game, we've seen him maybe, I'll say countless times because I lost count. Countless times outplay and survive fights wherein definitely he should have died. And now, from out of nowhere, a clutch buzzer beater. Searcher steal from out of nowhere. Again, I thought it was going to come off of a boulder crash, but I guess KK got CC'd. So that left the Deadpool to come in and have to land the last hit in the face of all members of SDS and gets away with it. Wow, you can only imagine the disappointment that SES is going through right now, the emotions they must be feeling, saying, we put all the damage in, we wiped you guys out essentially almost, leaving only your tank and your top laner, but still we lost the Surtur. That's a morale problem right there.
I think SES was too impatient for that Searcher take. They could have waited in the bushes nearby blue side camp of MS Chonburi, take of one target from there, whoever will overextend, and once they've picked off a member, then they can start the Surtur. But that's not what they did. They tried to have a team fight in the Surtur side, wherein the Surtur is hitting them as well. AoE damage, that will hurt a lot. And this is a play of luck. If you're not able to make use of your Lich to secure that Surtur, then you're gonna lose this game.
Yeah, tough situation to be in. Again, it's not that they're not doing enough. It's just that the opponent puts them in interesting situations wherein they find it hard. And look at this, Hope so aggressive. He knows that they have to do it now. Doesn't even bring it to the base. Summons it right in front of the turret, and they're gonna go straight for the penetrate. Kesaya, there's not enough defenders on the side of SES to deal with this.
They don't have the Emma Frost with them to add more CC or crowd control and energy burst damage as well. But in the meantime, I like what MS Chonburi is doing here. They did not force the mid. They took down another turret down bottom part of the map, and from there, I think they will have to, either treat. I think it's kind of risky to actually try to attempt to clear this one out because the members of Team SES are already alive. I think what they can do is to just back away a little bit and take down the top turret instead.
Yeah, that's a lesson that I think they should learn from their opponents. But hold up! Come back! The turnaround is real! Down goes Cloud, down goes 666, and finally this might be it. I don't think Blizz is enough to go for the defense. He gets knocked out before he goes back into the platform to recover. That's gonna be the finish here by MS Chonburi, denying SES debut BGNC this point. They stand at 1-1, but Chonburi goes out guns a-blazing, ends the day 1-2, but with style. Congratulations.
Wow. Well, to be honest, I'm already taking a look at the stats and the numbers right now. But before we talk deeper into that, let's take a look at the post-game data in here, seeing that the Gambit showing up a really good KDA, 615.
And I think there was just 1 or 2 moments of weakness for MS Chonburi here. But still they were able to come back, and I think it was starting off with Hope's Lord, he lorded over that pit, and he said, I shall take Surtur, right? No one's stopping me. And I think the invulnerability frames, was key. And I'm not sure if it's this exact moment, but let's go ahead and check it out once more. We're gonna be replaying a few moments from this game, and I'm not sure if this was a comeback from MS Chonburi, a comeback from SES, or if it was a comeback from MS Chonburi. Oh no, yes, it's exactly this. Kesaya, it was a steal. So we can relive the moment. Check it out.
Yeah, we can relive the moment right now. Look at that. They're forcing everyone in here. That leash will not connect onto anyone. And by the way, that's the code. Make sure you type that one out in the live chat. Let's go. So yeah, what happened, Leo?
Yeah, it was just the perfect storm. It was all of the members of MS Chonburi coming in at the right time. I believe the Boulder Crush was put into play there, knocking up everybody, stunning them in time for Hope to get it in and steal the Searcher and go for the win. Essentially, it was over as soon as they penetrated. Congratulations to our viewers, lucky folks who got in that mystery code. Let's go! Congratulations to Neo Para and to Panitan Pon Faibun. Congratulations to you guys once more. Neo Para and to Panitan Pon Faibun, our friends from Top Clan, moderators of the stage. We'll be contacting you guys individually to claim your prize. But with that being said, what a game, right? MS Chonburi coming out strong. Going out strong. Going out strong.
By the way,
last match.
Leo, I just want to share something about what is happening in the stats right now. Apparently, Supreme Averse already secures top 2 from this group because they did not have a match already. They got 2 points already. And now, the very last match that we are about to witness, Nomad Outlast versus SESW VGNC, is something that we have to look out for. Because, MS Chonburi already out. Whoever wins this last match will make it up to the top 2 for between Nomad Outlast and SESW VGNC.
You're right. Because of the way MS Chonburi here played, again, kudos to you guys. Mad respect coming out, playing still your last match despite the numbers being against you, making it to the knockout stage. I just have all the love for our friends from Thailand here. It made the rest of the bracket, the group, all the more clear, right? But the way that they played here, the way that they made the scores come through, they made this last match all the more significant. It's literally winner takes all.
More exciting.
Whoever wins. Yes, it's more high stakes than it would have been if possibly SES won that last match. But nonetheless, because of that, it's now between NMD Outlast and SES. Debut VGNC here, the Philippines versus Indonesia. Whoever wins this secures that last slot moving into the knockout stage from Group A. So now, while we wait for this matchup to be set in, players entering the lobby, Isaiah, let's talk about these two teams' strengths. First off, let's talk about SES debut, VGNC. They're a little more fresh here in our memory. It's been a while since we last saw NMD Outlast. So let's talk about debut VGNC. What went wrong in this last matchup?
I think it's them. It's pretty basic. Basically allowing their jungler to have a space to jungle. They got out-poked or ganked in the lanes. And I think it was pretty wrong as well to send that Emma Frost on the top side. I mean, yes, she's range, but I don't think it's enough. I mean, it's not reasonable enough for me to send that one out in there. Having energy to damage in the early game, yes, maybe that hurts. But if you're not contributing in the team fight, you're just staying up top, that's nothing. But maybe if it's a jungle energy damage hero and you join team fights that much, it could, it could be a different story.
Yeah, that and I guess they just also got outdrafted. If not outdrafted, maybe outplayed. Because Fetra and Blizz were not able to do what they were put on the map to do. Alright? Blizz was supposed to split push. That's what the Starlord does. Just couldn't find the window. Fetra couldn't find the perfect lockdowns. And it's because of, again, how mobile the lineup that MS Chonburi drafted was. The Gambit alone has a dozen jumps. Obviously, he doesn't have a dozen jumps. But I'm just saying, with a blink, card control, and everything else, the baton flip, he just has all of the mobility. So it's hard to pin down H2K, who was, by the way, the MVP from that previous game. So yeah, that's what went wrong for SES debut VGNC. Again, we know that they have a propensity for the split push, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, literally 50-50. But what's a strength that we can talk about here for our friends from Indonesia?
From Indonesia, or are you want to talk about Nomad Outlast this time?
No, from
strength, going back to SES.
Yes,
the strength,
yes,
alright.
So we talked about what they did wrong, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, SES debut VGNC strength, definitely them knowing the team fights. because we saw them position themselves in the map, but in terms of rotations or maybe when their opponent is already aware of the fact as to, okay, how can we defeat this one? It looks like we won the draft, then let's abuse them, let's take advantage of that. But in terms of team fights, regardless if they lost the draft, they know what to do. And I think we can count on that one.
Yeah, and we can also kind of assume that they can unlock this potential, because this is, again, the toughest matchup they could have seen in all of Top Clans 2020. This is do or die for them. They need to win this. So maybe if they have other strategies that they're comfortable with fielding besides the split push, that's gotta be now. All right. Couple that with their their strength of knowing when to take team fights, and they could get one over NMD Outlast. Now let's talk about our friends here from the Philippines, NMD Outlast. They are also in a 50-50, 1-1 score. They first drafted a very damage-heavy output. Definitely didn't work out against Supremeverse. Secondly, they covered their bases. Again, kudos to their Sandman player, able to lock down the top lane. That was key to their victory in game number 2 against MS Chonburi. Now, up against SES debut VGNC. What could be their key to victory?
I think their macro awareness is one of the keys for them to take that victory for Nomad Outlast. And us being aware of the scene in here in the Philippines would rather say that many of our top teams right now is actually so great in terms of map awareness, in terms of thinking macro wise, and not just the micro skill, because maybe their first game is probably somewhere they got the jitters, because okay, this is the first time, we don't know who's gonna go up against with, but now they got the confidence, and I think they're gonna be capitalizing on that one and they got like 3 series to rest on in preparation for this match, so pretty much they got a good study on how to play up against SES.
Yeah. I must admit, yes. I gotta confess. Of all the Filipino teams, I'm pretty new to NMD Outlast. Like, I'm not familiar with many of these players, but nonetheless, it's a nice introduction to them here at Top Clans 2020. Now into the draft. It's debut VGNC on the play. They ban out the Thanos. They ban out the Ant-Man, who's on the up and up. I gotta say, on the up and up against NMD Outlast, who rightfully so takes out the Ancient One. And who else should they be on the lookout for? Obviously, Moonstar is free game. People don't really care much about Moonstar. Am I right to assume that?
Anymore?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
1-800-DEADPOOL.
For this Southeast Asian level tournament. But yeah, locally in here in the Philippines, like she's a favorite. But yeah, anyway, we can see that Deadpool getting banned as well. Quite annoying. We've seen that from a while ago, wherein this Deadpool is gonna die, but apparently he goes invincible and then saves his life.
Yeah, again, the Deadpool opens up so many opportunities for outplays. So if you're the mechanically and game sense gifted player, you're definitely gonna go a long way with the Deadpool. So NMD Outlast respecting that from VGNC, which might be fielded here by 666 or Cloud. So they take that out of the equation. Petra back on that Hulk. Hopefully he does better here in this game. Nothing wrong with the Hulk as an early pick, while NMD Outlast picking up the Star-Lord and the Iceman. This doesn't really spell much though. Star-Lord I don't think is on auto rat strat already, like you can't say that much, but the Iceman definitely covers a lot of bases.
To see you. Do you need help?
Yeah, but for the meantime though, I'm liking when we first saw the first 3 picks for both of the teams, the Hulk, Star-Lord as well, the Iceman. I would rather say I would want to go in favor on the side of the draft of Nomad Outlast, because it's gonna be hard for the Hulk to jump in, because there's the protection coming out from the Iceman, and Star-Lord can just basically dash away. But looking at the second and third pick of team SES, that's long range damage. An AoE 2.
Yep.
bursting
Yeah.
you.
Yep, and both physical and
Hope you weren't
energy.
expecting
So
a
Hook, they doubled down on their marksman, sending Cloud into the jungle as the angel. So they're taking a page out of Supreme versus book here. Ryu, shades of Ryu on Cloud here, playing the angel. Now there's one last slot for NND Outlast. What are they missing?
They are missing in here. Probably they're gonna be sending that one out as the jungler. Okay, so it's going to be a bottom lane Star Lord protected by that. What's going to be the support? I think it's the Iceman.
Yeah, Charles D. It's going to be. You're right. That is. I don't know. I wouldn't send an Iceman mid. Interesting.
Is Sandman going to be the support and then Black Knight on the top side?
I think Aaron is their offlaner, so it's gonna be Aaron once more, trying to lock down 666 because he does well at that. That's his thing.
Well, we'll see about that. But regardless, sending good luck to both of the teams right now. This is the very last game
For sure.
P1 here at the Top Clans 2020 for Marvel Super War. Make sure you don't miss the events that we have for the viewers as well. Share the live stream, comment out the mystery code that we will be flashing on your screens for you to get a chance in winning some goodies from Top Clans 2020. Do you have any favorite composition in here, Leo?
Favored? I think not composition. I'm looking forward to a hero performance, right? And I want to see NMD Cassie here do great things with the blade. I'm not like 100% blade believer, but whenever I do see it in tournaments, I'm very impressed. So his outing here in game number 2 from earlier in today's series was amazing, right? The Daywalker just breaking out, getting NMD Outlast a win. So I'm hoping that this time we see the same thing. That's all I'm saying. I'm not sure about the whole lineup or the outcome of the game. It's just I like it whenever an alternative jungler like Blade shows a great performance.
Well, we'll see about that though. We see even from a while ago that Blade actually putting up a good KDA, like no deaths at all, obliterating many of their opponents, and yeah, we'll see about that though. Meantime, we are on a pause. Let's talk about SES WVGNC's lineup in here. They got a knock-up in here, and this is our individual knock-ups, coming from the Hulk as well as the Captain America. What can you say about that, Leo?
Yeah, no, I think this is a lineup that could be sound. It's not it's not as amazing as a double energy, because I think double energy has more of its has more utility. Double marksman might be a little too risky, but knowing debut VGNC, they can make it work. I just don't know how fast they can go online, given that it is a jungle angel. In the hands of Ryu, sure, it's proven, but SES debut VGNC, they did come from a loss. So here, really, their constitution is tested. How much they are committed to this lineup will be tested. And again, they know for sure. I don't have to remind them. This is for all the marbles. This is for that one last slot in the knockout stage. So with that being said, we only have to leave it up to these teams now. Onto the Wakandan battlefield we go. Yabambe!
Enemy hero
missing. We'll see about this. Still no invades. I'm pretty surprised. I actually thought that this time Nomad Outlast will go for a invade this time because they got the confidence. They got a good play. They secured most of their heroes in here. The Blade, the Sandman, the Star-Lord from a while ago when they won this against MS Chonburi, who just bit SES debut VGNC from a while ago. So if Nomad Outlast beat MS Chonburi a while ago and MS Chonburi beat SES debut VGNC, does that mean that Nomad Outlast can win this game?
Yeah, I don't
that
know,
they're
right?
stronger against SES?
Yeah, logically speaking, right? But Kaysaya, now that how do we say, what's that metaphor? Let the needles fall where they will. I don't know. I don't remember. But look at this. It's an off-lane Iceman, Charlesy. While they send they send Aaron into the support lane. You're right. That's the duo. While Apex is in mid as the Black Knight. Usually, there is a place for this kind of hero or this kind of position in MOBAs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the lane bully, the fighter lane bully in mid. But little did we know that it could be so potent. Well, we're yet to see on a Black Knight because he can rotate top and bottom. He has full range of the map.
Yeah, for sure. He's got a horse, so for sure.
Protect
He's mobile enough to rotate top or bottom side and putting. I guess what the mindset that they have in there. So instead of putting up the Starlord in the mid, it's gonna be risky because Starlord could be their lifesaver or their objective taker. So instead of risking on putting that Starlord in the middle lane, let's just be the Black Knight, which has more sustain in comparison to that of a Starlord. Look at that first blood going on to the hook in this early game time.
And there you go already. We were getting answers to some of our questions. Aaron, I can't say, I don't want to be playing favorites, but Aaron really did so well in the offlane, and this might be some evidence as to why this first knockout went over to SES debut VGNC. I don't know. Although we don't see any indication of a swap because Aaron, after respawning, comes back to the bottom lane to support the Starlord. This gives a totally free time to 666. Although we do see Cassie going for the visit. I doubt that it's gonna convert into a kill though. Not sure.
You know, I have a feeling that could have been better if it was the Iceman on the support if they want to mid Black Knight because you know the energy damage, but of course the stop that this Iceman can give to protect the Starlord is much way better than the Sandman, who have yet to get his skills and abilities for him to become relevant. But for the meantime, it's just his tankiness that is not present as of yet that he has to make use to protect the Starlord in the bottom lane, and that's nothing. That's why he gets taken down and he gets CC'd by that hook.
Yeah, there is one danger though to that proposition, right? The Starlord sure has the rocket boots to save himself, but if you get dived in by Fetra or by 666, then that's definitely a knockout for either Charles Z or the marksman, right? Like because they neither of them can peel for the other, neither of them can protect each other. You really need to be at range for the Iceman to do his thing. So I guess that's one thing that NMD Outlast was watching out for. But yeah, already I can see how weird it is to see the Sandman away from his lane. I'm more comfortable even watching. I can only imagine for the players, the Sandman being a support. But then again, back to the action here. That is just the first knockout. Still relatively in the same economic range these two teams are, and we're under 3 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of things can still happen. We can say one is already winning against the other, but for the meantime, we can see that an attempt coming from the Blade as well as the Black Knight to gank one member on the side of Team SES WVGNC, but that did not happen. It was a failed attempt, but I think they're still chasing. We're just not seeing it in the map, but yeah, it is now. Look at that, getting poked down. It's rough. The doctor's range, but he's not gonna die. I mean, he's gonna be spending too much time if he tried to chase this one now.
And I think he still has his blink on, so he really did not feel threatened by Apex. And now here comes Petra, catching him with a Jade Giant Punch. There's the CC, throwing the horse and the horseman back and forth. But yeah, Apex able to retreat. So far, still no big moves from either team. I mean, if ever there was a large rotation, it would be disengage anyways. So I think this is beneficial to Cloud. Cloud as the angel from the jungle. This is definitely good for him because that means he can ramp up. He can keep farming.
Yes, for sure. The Bass is about to go up in here. We might see more action in the coming seconds, but yeah, whoever gets the position first, maybe like for example planning out a gank could potentially increase the chances of getting the lead, especially if it goes onto the side of SESW, VGNC, who got that first KO from a while ago.
Check it out. Cassie here setting up already. Coming in from the rotation from mid. Oh, nice take. The leech doing its work. Petra caught out. Sorcerer Supreme catching 3, but not enough damage laid out. That's a knockout onto Petra. Make it another on 2 Cloud. Down goes Blizz as well. Kesaya, revenge is sweet. Especially when it's served in 3s. That's going to be 3 for none in favor of NMD Outlast. Cassie jumping in from the back. Aaron with the Sandstorm, able to get down 666. The number of the beast has been extinguished, converting into another turret. This is NMD Outlast dominating the competition. That first knockout, I think it was an early showing, but nonetheless, 5 straight knockouts onto Outlast. What a comeback!
You know what did SESW VGNC did wrong in there was that to still try to position themselves in the Bass, even though they were way too late already. They saw that Bass getting taken down already. The Bass was already like 25% in life, and there's no chance for them to even steal that one out. Even if they steal that one out, there's a lot of members from the side of Nomad Outlast to actually contest that area and potentially even win the team fight, which actually happened. So I think that was a wrong move by SES to even go for an attempt on a steal on that Bass.
They kind of forced it, right? And the reason for the extended 5-0 trade was because, yeah, they kept coming back. The fact that Fetra went down early should have been an indication that guys were losing this fight. Let's leave that lane first. But now another fight in the jungle, Kesaya.
Another fight indeed in here. Blaze at hard time to go back. Definitely will just fall down with a lot of burst damage coming from the members of Team Nomad, Outlast, Clavians, Cloud in here. Try to and manage to escape rather. And he's saving his life, but we couldn't remove the fact. We will not be able to remove the fact that so far Nomad Outlast got this game so far. Look at the lead that they got, 1-7. And the money, the gold is still increasing.
Hold up, look at this, a fight down bottom. Cassie going 2v1. Could have been a knockout, at least on his way out. But I guess, as good as Cassie is on that hero, Bloodhunter can only do so much, especially against 3. And I understand how that didn't work out. Fetra kind of grabbed him by the legs and slammed him left and right. Puny little vampire.
Enemy hero
For sure, 2v1 situation, not gonna win there.
Retreat.
Not now at least. But look at the pressure coming from the top side inside of Team Nomad Outlast. That's alone Captain America. But I think before anyone would want to take the Surtur, they must take down either of the turrets in here, in the top side as well as the bottom side. Great, it's nice if it's the tier 1 turrets in the mid and top, but it's better if they take down the tier 2 as well before even taking that contestant on the Surtur.
So it's a matter of objective priority. They're all good. They're all good order. They're all good objectives, but you have to choose the specific order. But I guess that's just how far ahead we can see NMD Outlast is, given that they just need to choose what kind of objectives they take. It's not even how, because they are ahead here. 5 kills, about 2,000 gold, under 8 minutes. Yeah, the free time that Cloud had in the first 5 minutes of the game, definitely now NMD's catching up. But hold up, Bloodhunter already triggered by Cassie. Here we go.
Here we go indeed. Oh, look at that. Will Petra be able to make it out? Yes, he was able to jump on that wall and save his life. But I think Nomad, if they want to win this match, they have to try to take down the mid turret as well as the top ASAP. But now they're going to focus on taking this pass as soon as possible. The Black Knight is forced to go back onto the top side because Captain America wanting to take the chance to go for an objective take while they don't have taken, they haven't taken down any turrets as of yet.
Same thing we can say for the Vision down bottom. At least it's free reign farm for the marksman, or one of the 2 marksmen. But yeah, they have to manage their lanes. Question, Kesaya, before another fight breaks out, I have an interesting query for you. 666, right? On that Captain America, we could have sworn was possibly going to go into the jungle again. but he puts it in top. Same situation as the Emma Frost earlier, right? So what do you think about that? Hold up, Petra gets away just barely. That's a knockout by Cassie. 666 could not lock down the blade with the help of Rock, though, gets it in there. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Now, at least 666 is able to redeem himself.
Indeed, though. Well, yeah, let's go back to your question.
Yeah.
Well, as for me, during the first few seasons, actually season 0 or early season 1 of Marvel Super War, we would see that. It's kind of normal. It's like a norm for us to see a Captain America in the top side. And I would rather say that it's still okay for now, but sometimes it's better as a jungler, but putting him on top is also okay, but rather than, an Emma Frost in the top side. But then again, maybe the question we want to put in here, how come this Captain America not able to work out somehow onto the top side against the Iceman?
Yeah,
basically, the answer would rather be it's the outdraft between these two. The Iceman stopping the dives, the jumps of this Captain America, not allowing him to, take down this objective. But for the meantime, let's talk about, just some folks. But yeah, basically, it is the Iceman giving life, allowing Team Nomad Outlast to survive because of the protection that he's giving for his team.
I agree. Charlesy has been doing a great job at keeping people at bay. I mean, he hasn't had lethal absolute zeros, but his stat line speaks for itself. 107. He's been assisting throughout all of this. That's 100% participation. So this man has been doing his job. Now there's another fight just waiting to happen. And there it is. I think it's broken out. Sandstorm, not just yet triggered by Aren. So they have another in. They have another in for sure.
For sure. But look at that. Nomad Outlast somehow, they're having a hard time in pushing the top side. They transition onto taking the Surtur instead. Looks like they're gonna take this one out. I'm just not too sure why SES did not even manage to try to steal that one out. They got the Doctor Strange, man! That's super high range.
I totally get it. You know why? They sent 2 heroes up top in that lane showing up. Like, there's no way that the rest of NMD Outlast is trying to get Surtur, because if they were doing anything, it was setting up for the team fight. That's the kind of mindset I believe SES had. But now it's too late. Like, oh no, how could we not have seen? Bottom and mid were totally barren. They're not there. So I understand how this happened, but nonetheless, they're gonna have to deal with the consequences now. This is Surtur summoned up top, and that's the only lane that they haven't pushed the front lane, the front, the first tier turn in. So
and now the top side. Yeah, they have placed the Surtur in there. That's gonna help them push down the turret. Oh no, why did 666 actually jump? That's 5 going to the turret to the side of Nomad Outlast. I think that is a misplay. That was not necessary. I mean, there's no chance he can survive that, man. There's no chance.
I understood what he was doing. You do get some some shields and regeneration from the combo that you do as Captain America, especially with Cloud coming in for the backup. So I'm guessing they were just trying to get a shutdown onto Cassie, or a shutdown onto the Black Knight, Aren. But I guess it was too much because the turret fell down already. So they were lacking damage, and the backup came a little too late. The other two, Ruff and Farron, right? So I guess that's what 666 was counting on. So I guess he wasn't totally wrong, but nonetheless, he falls. So that's a loss for SES.
They tried. At least they tried. But yeah, for me, I still call it wrong. I'm sorry, Leo. But
it is what it is.
Yeah. Now that Nomad Outlast got this position in the map already, they have taken down a lot of turrets, tier 2 even. They just have to keep their patience still on, because any aggressive play that could turn things around could turn things around. But look at that Bleed, super low on HP right now. Coming from 666, diving in, but he's taking so much damage. The blade is already maxed right now, taking more members on the side of SCS, and even the Black Knight getting a kill out of this team fight, and more turrets for Team Nomad Outlast. This could be Nomad Outlast game, I'll tell you, Leo.
Yeah. Beautiful absolute zero by Charlie. I stand corrected. It's Fetra. Fetra is the name of the Hulk on the side of SES debut VGNC. And yeah, turret after turret taken here by Nomad Outlast, and it's just a matter of time, Kaysaya. Surtur, round 2 coming up very shortly. They have been penetrated in mid. Debut VGNC needs to start to stop the bleeding. This is going to be difficult. They have to manage the lanes. They have to hold on to make sure that the Vision and the Angel come online. And they I don't know. There's so many things that they need to check off before they can even consider a comeback.
I'm placing my bet on this one already. I'm pretty sure that Nomad Outlast can win this game. Apart from knowing, the logic that I mentioned to you from a while ago.
For sure.
Yeah, it shows him that they got a super high advantage and a 10k gold lead. Not even make that 11.
I didn't even notice. You're right.
Man, it's so high.
Yeah, that end already in this 15-minute bout. The tendencies that either team has, right? What they've shown so far, and it looks like the mistakes that SES debut VGNC have put on the table are far worse. They're graver than those of NMD Outlast, right? Of these 3 deaths, one of them was onto Aaron very early on, and the other 2 were on Cassie because he kind of thought he could take 3v1, and that's it, right? That's the only time that they got kills. But that aside, no turrets, no Bast, no Surtur. So I definitely understand when you say that this is NMD Outlast's game to lose.
It is already. They place down the Surtur already in the middle, in the river side on the top side, and I'm pretty sure Nomad Outlast would want to end this game. I think the Star-Lord, maybe the Iceman just needs to be very careful onto the CC that may come up from the Hulk. But other than that, I think this is gonna be it anytime soon. If they manage the minion rates well as well on the other lanes.
And there's a knockout by Aaron onto Fetra. Surtur just working on the turret. If you saw, Loken wasn't even part of this fight. He was starting from the bottom, going into mid. That's the perfect time to knock out Surtur, though. But
they're forcing! They're forcing!
The
ones!
It's so fast.
Looks like this is going to be not this game. Look at the defensive play coming out from the SES team right now. That could just be. The Star was able to make it out, but man, they forced NMD Outlast forced that base without having any minions. Now it is up to the Star-Lord to defend their base. Could this be the comeback? This is so scary.
Here's the thing. I literally think it was just 1 or 2 basic attacks from Loken, but he may have preemptively pulled out. So that's why the rest of NMD Outlast started to clock out. And now the reverse push. Ladies and gentlemen, the defense is real. For sure, they're able to defend this. But I prematurely called it. But just the same, Loken pulled out. This is going to be a vast take by SES debut VGNC. Let's see if NMD can stop it.
Retreat. And there you go.
Oh, they couldn't.
Has been destroyed. For sure, Nomad Outlast cannot do that kind of thing anymore. They have to wait for some minion waves, or just make sure that everyone will fully commit. Because one of the things that I see from that fight was that the Star-Lord went away.
Loken,
Star-Lord went away. We saw him far away. But if the Star-Lord contributed some damage on that base, they could have ended it. But that did not happen. Let's take a look at this team fight onto the bottom part of the map right now. Angel's still all alive. Double kill right now. Will he get a triple kill? There's this very incredible Charles in here. Doing the Zayspec flickering out. Will he be able to make away? Under turret right now, trying to regenerate some HP. That some ice is going to be placed down in here. No mana for Cloud VGNC. Not allowing them to continue this fight. Now they back away. Wow, this fight. Oh, on the top side, look at the Captain America.
Yep. Amazing keep away game here by Charles Z. Able to survive the 2v3 assault by SES debut VGNC. I'm at a loss for words. That was a breathtaking moment. Literally a edge of your seat defense by SES. Oh, what? Thailand is hanging on here. They really want the slot. I don't know. What?
This is
Which is it more?
Series. And this
which is
this
it?
game for both of the teams.
Which is it more? Is it more of SES's amazing defense, or was it really Loken letting go?
I think this is Nomad Outlast's mistake on not communicating so well that everyone should go all in onto the base. Because again, I mentioned a while ago, Star-Lord left that take on the base because we saw him right after the camera zoomed out. He was somewhere in the middle.
He was way too far. He was too far, yeah. I don't know. I guess this last Surtur take will really seal the deal. The last nail in the coffin. Let's see how this goes. They changed their target, Tisaya. Big fight. First out the gate is Cloud. I think this is a good start for NMD Outlast. Following through, gonna be 666 and Blizz. Next up, the Vision did not stand a chance. Ruff goes down. Petra. Yeah, the Petra, only one left here. I think this is it. There's no way that a mistake like that could be made.
This is gonna be it. Nomad Outlast said we're gonna claim the win that's supposed to be ours. Congratulations. No Outlast joining the top two here in Group A. And together with Supreme Averse, we'll be moving forward to the knockout stage.
What a roller coaster of emotions. I really thought it could have been over, especially after that mid lane all the way straight push by SES debut VGNC. Isaiah, you and I were caught off guard, really. That could have been it, right?
That could have been it.
Yeah, both for Nomad Outlast that first time that they were attacking the base, and especially after that almost sweep with Loken left to defend by himself. But I guess SES debut VGNC, our friends here from Indonesia, just really had a great comeback 20 minutes in, but I guess there was more than that. They required more than that to really seal the deal and then finish it in an upset against NMD out. But congratulations. I wish there was more time for us to break down the stats from that game. But I guess we can watch another moment from the previous matchup. This is a little bit longer. I think this is the longest game we had all night.
Yes, actually, I have to watch the replay and take note of the time. But yeah, this is some of the highlights that, where the mystery code appeared. Let's take a look at this one. Alright. We can see Nomad Outlast actually dominating this one.
I think this is the first big team fight that Nomad won, right? This is the first engagement that they secured their victory. And there you go. Sandstorm from the back. SSS had 666. Well, SSS is kind of 666 stood no chance. That was 5 members on
dominating.
him. Yeah. A dominating showing here. Yeah, and then again, still Petra came back. So that was that. Ladies and gentlemen, NMD Outlast, I think, won a majority of that match up until that very moment wherein they let go of the base and then they came back to win it regardless. Congratulations to our lucky viewers. Commenting, dominating in the chat here for our stream. Congratulations to Kurt Raimundo and to Natapon Ruangrit Waragul. Thank you so much again for joining us for tonight's broadcast. Again, this is just Group A, and just by simply typing in the code or finding out the code by paying attention, typing it in, and winning via each matchup's announcements, you guys are an active participant and winners from Top Clans 2020. Do wait for a message from our moderators to claim your prize. But with that being said, Tisaya, I'm still on a high here from what just happened. Again, some really solid ups, some interesting lows, but I think with our updated brackets, we can officially announce our 2 teams moving on to the knockout stage.
Yes, again, it is Supreme Verse getting 2 points, as well as Nomad Outlast getting 2 points as well. SES debut VGNC coming from Indonesia and MS Chonburi coming from Thailand. We thank you so much for your participation. They're gonna be saying goodbye for Top Clans 2020, but they did give us a really great showing, especially that last match. But tomorrow, guys, you'll be able to see more teams: Toke, Bren Esports, Nomad, Rage, Singalasia as well for tomorrow. Oh, I like that combination of
Right?
it's like Singapore and Malaysia, right?
Right?
Yeah.
It just made sense as you read it. But yes, congratulations, Group A getting the representatives from Singapore and Malaysia and the Philippines moving on up into our knockout stage. We'll be seeing them in action next week. But for tomorrow, we have another spread. So with that being said, thank you so much once more to our friends from Indonesia and Thailand. MS Chonburi, SES debut, VGNC. Definitely you guys delivered when it comes to the realm of Marvel Super War esports. But with that being said, let's wrap up the evening because we're about to come to a close here. It's been a great night, right? Given that we went 2-2-1-1, nobody really totally dominated, and nobody really just sunk into a 0-3 run.
No one.
So with that being said, Kisaya, do you have any favorite moments from this evening's games?
I like the last 2 series that we got. MS Chonburi, even though they know that they cannot make it in the top 2 already, they still fought and even took that 1 point away from SES. And the very last series that we got, Nomad Outlast, SES debut VGNC, Nomad Outlast, you guys, why did you guys have to do this to us? Putting us in an emotional roller coaster, but that was so worth it. It was fun to cast, and I like this kind of, those kind of moments where we get high, full of emotions. Thank you so much, teams, and we hope to see more of you guys in the coming tournaments for Marvel Super War.
Yeah, for sure. For me, I gotta say, right before we head on out of here, it's gotta be that last game. Definitely, no doubt, hands down, bar none. It's that last moment where in Loken, we see him like across the map, like, what's happened? Loken, we need to talk. All right, I'll see you in the knockout stage. But with that being said, we do have to put an end to this evening. But again, there's 3 more groups that we have to deal with. So we'll be seeing more of you guys for the rest of the week. It's still Top Clans 2020 group stage here for Marvel Super War. With that being said, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Once again, my name is Leo. This here is Keisaya. You're watching Top Clans 2020. You guys have a good night.
Thank you, our casters. Today has been an exciting day, and tomorrow we will be back with Group Stage B, and we will have Singalasia, Taki, and MD Rage, and Brand Esports facing each other. And tomorrow is gonna be more intense. Please don't forget to tune in. At the end, we also want to remind you, don't forget to follow our official Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV channels for the latest updates and surprises. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.